Welcome to Shapes and Forms. I, as always, am Planet Jane, and I am joined by Shredney Vashtar.
Hi.
And Trevor Whatever.
Hi.
Good. Let's see here.
See, that's like the
the
thing. It's like
chat pop out, please. Yes, thank you. Okay, cool.
what was I gonna say? Oh, it was like you can kind of tell that like Trey has like a good strong like tenor range, and that my vocal range is like bass baritone.
My range,
like just from the notes we select.
My range is goat.
For your chorus, kid.
Trey, are you ready to play multiplayer?
Yes.
Awesome. Let me turn.
My run that I was doing was going pretty well. It lasted for 24 minutes, and I was playing engineer for the time.
Oh, cool. Alright, yes.
Oh. I quit the game. Gamer! Gosh.
Only real gamers know that the only way to win is not to play.
And here I am, actually, like, going through my mind was the concept that I was actually semi-good, because, like, I was playing on the easiest difficulty setting, and I was like, this is actually too easy for once.
Yeah, it's got that thing going on where it's like that. But let me know when you're back in the game. Actually, I think I could just invite you, and it'll, like, send you a pop-up.
Yeah, go on ahead.
Okay.
I booted it up already, so here we are. Here I am.
7 Trey.
That's me.
Alrighty. Let's go. Actually, I'm very curious. Can two people pick the same character? They can. Not that I'm going to right now, but that's good to know. Anyway. Anyway. Life, huh?
Life.
Oh boy, yeah, life.
I actually have...
Yeah, go on.
I actually have everybody unlocked except the Artificer now.
Oh, do you have, what's-his-face, the Mercenary unlocked?
Mr. Ninja Man, I sure do.
So you do.
Yeah.
I need to do that one,
but
yeah.
Yes,
I have everybody
life.
but him unlocked. But, yeah, I lost, like, 3 hours of recorded footage today for my, hello, Mer, for my, Let's Play of Yuppie Psycho that is now not going to happen, because, like...
Yeah,
that's not fixable.
Yeah, you know, what you could do is you could, like, do a sort of, like, as an Indie Bazaar thing, like, a slightly, like, modified that where you, like, salvage what footage you can and use that as a background discussing the game.
That's not a terrible idea. I'd have to re-download the videos, though, because before I even noticed that there was a problem, I had uploaded all the episodes already, and like had them in the scheduler. So I'd need to like re-download them and such. But
yeah,
that's something I could do.
Let's like just do a little editing magic. Yeah. Then you'll
the only thing is that I don't have a video editor. I'd have to get one.
I mean. Perfectly legal mean?
Yeah, something like that.
But yeah, so it says something that actually, like, 2 truly positive experiences I've had in, like, the last were, well, actually I've had a couple, but it was, like, realizing that my Twitter feed, you know, the way that it engaged with Pride discourse was actually not shitty. Thank God I follow people who aren't horrible. And, the other thing. Watching lots of episodes of The West.
Of what?
The West Wing.
Ah. Okay.
You know, that show from the late 90s, early 2000s.
Is West Wing really that old?
Yeah. Yeah, 1999 to 2006.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It takes place between 1999
You
and
started watching
2006.
Fibrain? Hold up. Hold up. Really? Because
Oh,
of
man.
Reggington. Hell yeah. Are either of you familiar with Fibrain?
I
No.
saw you describe some episode and just so it's like Yu-Gi-Oh but more
It's
so.
Yu-Gi-Oh for everything else.
For everything else.
Every other card and
What?
puzzle game.
Oh.
It's
For everything
Okay.
else,
yeah,
there's 5.
it's like the focus is on puzzles, but from what I understand,
There's a Yu-Gi-Oh for bocce.
it my understanding is that their interpretation of the word puzzle is kind of loose. You can have that if you want it, Trey.
I do want it.
Puzzles.
But like, there's the clip I saw. They're on a bunch of construction girders, right? And the protagonist, who does have the magnificently spiky hair that would be required of a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist, he's like, you've created
Does he have like the weird cyber goth fashion sense?
I'm sorry, you're breaking up. What did you say?
Does he have the weird cyber goth fashion that's mandatory of a Yu-Gi-Oh protagonist?
No, he
Beyond,
just has like a shirt.
Okay, so
Which
he's
is almost
just,
funnier. But
it's yeah.
they're they're on like a
instead of the mesh, so no mesh.
no mesh.
God damn.
They're on like a construction site, like a bunch of those steel girders, and the guy is like, the villain is like, I made this puzzle to send you to hell. and the protagonist goes, you know, it's really quite a devious and clever puzzle, but something about it just pisses me off. And my understanding is that the entire dub is like that.
That's good. That pleases me.
It's something.
That fills me with an almost erotic satisfaction, as derived from puzzles by Blim Universe.
You can take the shield generator.
If you're sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, just it's a series. It is a genuine shame that Crunchyroll doesn't have the dub. And the thing is that it was popular enough that it ran for, I think, 3 seasons. It's like 50-some episodes.
I mean, that's true of like every sort of slightly edgy kids show tied into like a card game or whatever.
Well, the thing is that Fibrain had a tie-in video game that it was based on, but there was only one game. So, like...
Jane, you got cut out. Oh. Hello?
Hello?
Hey.
Oh god, I missed a ton of that there. What were you saying? The thing is that Fibrain...
Oh, I'm dead. Cool.
What happened?
I fell off of the world, and then as I respawned, I was hit by one of the roaches.
Oh, shit.
Okay, but what were you saying? The thing about Fibrain is...
There was only one game. So, like, the game wasn't very popular. But I guess the show was?
I mean, that also happened. Like, you know... I mean, if it's ridiculous enough and colorful enough, and there's enough, like, you know, puzzles to send you to hell, then it's probably gonna have a cult following.
I guess so. I'm not even entirely clear, like, if it was intended for, like, a younger audience or more for, like, people our age. I'm genuinely not sure.
Probably teen.
Probably.
Like, it sounds like something like youngish, like not like, you know, older teenagers, but not like kids. kids.
Yeah.
You know?
You know
Like
how it is.
The classic Joan is what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah, like, that was kind of also my impression. But I don't know for sure. But yeah, that guy, fucking Ruggington, great YouTube channel.
I decided to subscribe because those clips are music.
You punk ass bitch!
I didn't see that one, but I
Great.
saw the inexplicable Vrain's cat girl with talking cat powers.
Nya!
who is like, God, I just make me into a 10-year-old so I can be her best friend. She is. I want to be friends with her and rule over cat kind.
Well, you see, it's not almost. I actually do speak cat language.
That was good.
Is Sosa from Yuppie Psycho a mood? Yes, she is. I don't even know if my videos got to Sosa, the ones that went up. It's like a strung out coffee lady who looks like an Addams Family character.
That's always good.
But, yeah, like, it's a good game. I've enjoyed what I've played of it. It's very confusing, I will say that much, but I think that's partially intentional.
Yeah, you have not read My Work Is...
What?
You have not read My Work Is Not Yet Done, which was, Mur was comparing.
No, I have not. I do not know what
bunch
that
of
is.
feathers.
And you won.
My Work Is Not Yet Done is the only novel that Thomas Ligotti has ever written.
I'm the bird man.
It is really good and not much like anything else.
When are you gonna sign Lil Wayne, Trey?
Oh no. But like, yeah,
gotta become a millionaire first. Billionaire.
But yeah, it is about
Whoa.
a well-known lower-ranking manager in a very large, very cutthroat corporation who just wants to not be noticed, and he comes up with a new product idea that is immediately stolen by his superiors. And he clearly has some issues, but they're not, like, readily apparent until he's just like, and then I decided that I would load up on guns and kill them. And then, something happened, and he's not, like, he no longer has a corporeal body, and he has superpowers.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't know how far I am into the game. I played about 3 hours, and I don't know how much of it that is. But that does sound like something that would happen in Yuppie Psycho, even if not to the protagonist necessarily.
Yeah, like, the protagonist of My Work Is Not Yet Done is, like, an interesting example of, like, a character you are both rooting for and frightened by.
You completely disappeared while saying that.
Oh, sorry. I was saying
okay.
that,
It's not your fault, it's the connection, I think.
I understand. The protagonist of My Work Is Not Yet Done is an interesting example of a character who you root for, but are also frightened by.
Yeah, Brian is kind of just a guy. Hugo is apparently the character that is similar to Richard, which I can see.
Richard. Oh, Richard, as in the antagonist.
Oh, okay. I don't know. I just assumed that Richard was the protagonist.
Frank Dominio is the main character. My Work Is Not Yet Done.
But
Richard is he is the main antagonist in the novel, and he is
a piece of work. How's it work?
That doesn't. He's an excellent example of someone who is extremely manipulative in ways that are not obvious until you get very late.
I don't know. Hugo in the game is, like, obviously off from the second that you meet him.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least I thought so.
What's his deal?
Like, ridiculously cheery and pretends that there's nothing wrong happening when, like, there very clearly is. And by wrong, I mean, like, supernatural kinds of wrong.
That is...
Also, at one point, like, you're in a room that you had to turn on a light switch in. You're on, like, the other end of it. It's a very large room. And he comes in making hopping sounds while wearing a frog mask, turns the light back off, and leaves. And I don't know what the context for that is yet. I have not gotten to that point. If indeed...
I mean, it sounds like an average Tuesday, but go on.
That's actually... fair. In some ways, that's fairly Legati, actually.
Caro.
Ghetto.
Caro.
But yeah, like, Richard is
Frog mode. We're engaging frog.
I kind of like... On the one hand, I don't know if you're ever going to read it.
I read very few novels, so, like, to be completely real with you, it's like not 150. It's not a matter of length. I just, like, I don't know. It's one of those things where I try to every now and again, and I can just never get through them, even if I like them.
That's fair. But it's like... So, the thing about Richard, he is the sort of head of that overall, like, the head of multiple departments. He's a higher ranking sort of official in the company, but he's still essentially middle management. And he's got a nickname among staff who do not care for him, which is the Doctor. And there are subtler reasons behind it, but, like, the main reason was that he tends to... He is very subtly abusive in his practices, you know, as a manager, and that a previous person in a similar position to where Frank is was this woman who was a lower-ranking manager. Killed herself and left her own body on his desk.
Maybe we should talk about something else now.
Yeah. It's like...
I'm sorry, but...
Oh, yeah, it's that kind of, yeah.
What is this glowing bag?
That's me telling you to pick that up. Because I bought it by accident.
Napoleon of Notting Hill. I've heard of it, but I don't know anything about it.
Speaking of Napoleon, there's a guy in Yuppie Psycho named Colonel Dumont who is like... I think he's supposed to be like your boss's boss, and he rides around the office on a horse in like an 18th century hussar outfit. And the way that you meet this character is you go to a meeting, and it's like framed as a motivational thing where everybody has to chant that they are shit. It's... I don't know. It's a very strange video game.
Yeah, I mean, like, I probably should, like, note that, like, the thing about, just quickly because of, like, with persons to my work it's not yet done, is, like, my work is not yet done is very funny. Like, it doesn't sound like it, but it actually is extremely funny. it's just really dark.
And there's some of that in Yuppie Psycho too.
Like
It's,
that, it's like,
you know, the
Yeah.
black comedy thing.
yeah, exactly. It's like the stuff that Frank does with his omnipotent revenge. Like, it gets more and more uncomfortable as it goes on, but initially it's like so off, and so like, and at times very petty. And like, he goes into like his petty reason behind everything. At the beginning, it's like, what the fuck are you on about? You know, I mean, granted, you realize, well, he's paranoid, but that doesn't mean everybody isn't out to get him. But it's still like so, like, the meticulous detail in which he notes, you know, like somebody looking in his desk but like not, and like, oh, I put it in this exact place. You know, it's like, oh my fucking god. It's like, there's clearly like
Trey, where are
This-
you?
wry humor to
In a cave thing. I'll
With the
be
box
over
of
there
scraps.
shortly.
There you are.
In a cave with a box of scraps.
I can't really
Yeah.
read what Murrah is saying, unfortunately.
Was that a two?
Napoleon
Teleport.
in Napoleon of Notting Hill, the king is chosen by lottery, and the king they choose is a complete troll.
Oh my.
Horn boy. That's a horny boy.
Hey now.
Not on main, Trey, not on...
It was just a objective
Oh,
observation.
yes! Heinz
The
is
man
in
has
with,
horns.
with the winning thing, call back to the server with horse seduction.
What is horse seduction?
So apparently, so like, there was a tweet where somebody misheard a line in Old Town Road, you know, like, about, you know, Lil Nas X bringing his horse back to his hotel room. And, like, this totally changed the way I interpreted it. So, Heinz and Murr made a whole joke based on, you know, like, St. Vincent's album, Mass Seduction. And my first thought was the title track of that album, except Horse Seduction. And it's St. Vincent wearing a horse mask and, like, holding a riding crop. And it's like, because the chorus of that song is, I can't turn off what turns me on.
Mass destruction.
Yeah, like that bit. But like, it's horse seduction. Because it's, you know, like, you're seducing a horse.
I can't spur up what spurs me on.
Oh my god, that's even better.
I don't understand, but that's okay.
It's a pretty solid album. I need to revisit it. It's just, I do think it is maybe her weakest album, but it's like...
When I
still
listen
need to
to a
revisit.
pretty solid album and need to revisit it.
Me when
My
I listen to a pretty solid album, what?
Me when I listen to a pretty solid album and need to revisit it.
My favorite of hers
Yeah.
is the self-titled.
Yeah, the self-titled is really, really good. It's up there with Active for me.
I don't know that I know any of St. Vincent's music.
Her music is
good.
really good. Also, like, you know, guitar lesbian representation. Or
For the culture.
for the culture. Or technically, guitar pansexual representation.
Hey Trey, do you
But,
want a
yeah.
chronobobble?
I got one already,
Oh, cool.
but I'll take another.
I will take
last.
the other then.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, let me think. Like, I think that you would, God, Trey, what St. Vincent album do you think, that would be, like, something that Jane would like the most of her work?
It's gotta be between, probably the self-titled or maybe Strange Mercy, actually.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, Strange Mercy seems like something that Jane might find interesting. It's got, like,
Oh, huh.
deeply odd lyrics that are also very personal.
Yeah.
Like it's that album.
Maybe I will listen to it at some point.
Oh yeah. But the self-titled is just like I was not expecting the direction it went in, but like it actually turned out to be really, really good, and I think it really refined a lot of the interesting.
Did you know Saint Vincent dated Cara Delevingne?
Yes.
Who was Enchantress in Suicide Squad.
Yep. Yeah, it was a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, she they like there are a few songs on Mass Seduction which are kind of inspired by that, but as she puts it, it's like there's nothing that would hold up in court, as it were. You know, it's like it's because it's inspired by these things, but not like literally.
Music from and inspired by the city.
Yeah.
My thing disconnected for some reason. I'm back now.
That's weird.
Didn't she also do?
Carrie Brownstein.
She.
I don't know who that is.
Carrie
Oh my
Brownstein.
god, the turrets have little glasses on them.
Carrie Brownstein is.
Hold on, I gotta see.
And,
I
Carrie
need you to see this.
I'm coming. Shredney.
From
Shredney.
Yeah.
Check it out.
They have glasses.
They got glasses.
Oh my god. But yeah, Carrie Brownstein is one of the head writers of Portlandia and is in Slater-Kinney, the band.
Slater-Kinney, I have heard of. I don't know if I'd say I'm familiar with them, but I know the name at least.
They're very good. But yeah, like I did not know that. It wouldn't entirely surprise me, but I don't know.
Nope.
So
but yeah,
like I don't know. My brain is fried. I've had a day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that happens.
Just I don't know.
Sometimes you can't help but just go through it.
Yeah, I'm just
I can't be
emotional
funny
burnout
or interesting right now.
I mean, I could probably be funny and interesting, but like, you know, at the same time, it's like it's going to wind up being even more nihilistic than usual.
I hit my hand on a fan while trying to make a bed today.
That sucks.
What did you do? What happened?
It didn't hurt like too much, but it still hurt. I hit my hand on a fan, a moving fan.
Okay.
While trying to make a bed.
I was afraid that you got like your hand sliced open by a fan while doing that.
I mean, thankfully it did not.
Okay, good.
It did not cause any lasting damage, but like, still,
good.
Shit hurts.
Yeah, I can imagine.
Right.
Shit hurt, bro.
Yeah.
That shit hurting. As it were.
Oh. I actually cooked something recently, and that was good.
What did you cook?
Kind of a chicken stew soup thing.
Cool. Mur, what bet did you win? Mur won a bet, and I want to know what the bet was about. Was it about the Raptors?
Okay. What about Raptors?
No, the basketball team. They're like...
Oh, okay.
They're like in the... They're in the NBA Finals, which I forget the name of.
I forgot that I have jumping powers, but I do.
I was at work,
jump.
And...
Yeah, jump!
I was at work, and the TV said there would be rain coming, and my app said there would be no rain coming. My boss said, let's bet TV versus the app, and there has been no rain. Let's see.
I'm not a betting man, but if I were, I would be a betting.
You prefer Dos Equis?
What? I didn't get that.
Shredney's not a betting man, but if he were, he'd be a betting man.
That's what I said, yes.
I said, Shredney's not a betting man, but if he were, he'd prefer Dos Equis.
Yeah.
Oh, I see.
Oh, dear Lord.
Beer!
I tell you guys about the time we were at
Beer.
a gas station in Maryland and the sign out front just said beer in all capital letters.
That's pretty good.
Beer.
Yeah. At least you know their intentions right off the bat. Or you don't, but you know what they're offering. Which is beer.
What if you went in and there wasn't any? You'd feel vaguely betrayed, right?
Yeah, a little, yeah. Or just very
Expected
confused.
beer.
Maybe, maybe they're requesting beer.
Beer. Request.
Just like they're hoping desperately that someone will bring them some fucking beer.
Bring beer
We've been
in.
here for days and we can't get even a little bit bud. God. Like, you know, we smoked all the weed. We
But
can't
why
even
is the
get
rum
close-
gone?
Why is the rum gone? No, instead it's like, you know, like, at least if we had some beer, we'd have a chance to feel a little less numb. Or a little more numb ending.
Well, you know what they say. I've become so numb, I can't feel you there.
Yeah, oh. And then just like,
Yes?
Numb.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Oh? On God?
The reassessment of new metal is such a strange thing to me.
Where the
Is that
hell
a
is it?
is that a thing?
Yes,
People like new
Yes.
metal again now? Weird.
sorta, yeah, I mean, there are new rap rock bands that are actually fairly popular. It's a thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's like, God,
21 Pilots?
No,
Well-
that doesn't really count.
no,
I mean-
I know what Shredney's talking about. There's like stuff that's more like
Fever 333.
hard-edged, I guess is the word I'd use.
Yeah.
The one I'm thinking of is H06606, I think they're called. I don't know if that's...
It's, well, H09909 or 09909.
I don't know how you
It's
pronounce...
masked horror.
Is-
It's horror.
That's
They're called horror.
That's stupid.
They're from Minnesota. Actually, I think St. Paul. Like Millie was aware of them when they first started dropping stuff because she just saw a flyer for them around and looked up, I think, their Bandcamp back when nobody knew that they existed.
I mean, that's fair, but that name, oof.
Yeah, it's just a weirdly formatted way of saying horror.
I know,
Like, so it's more Googleable.
It's an SEO thing, but you know.
But yeah, like a lot of them have numbers in some reason. Like in terms of ones that are just basically like there's King 810 who are basically a metal band, just straight up. And like, but yeah, it's like even critically, there's been more of a reassessment of this stuff. But then again, I can kind of get behind that with something like, I don't know, Korn are fine. Early Korn, at least, is, but like, it's like there's gonna be a point where we do have to, I don't know. It's just like, I have complicated feelings about this, is what I'm trying.
I think we're actually thinking of two different groups of bands, because I've never heard of any of the ones you're talking about. I was thinking more people like Scarlord or somebody.
Oh no, that's more like the whole trap metal, which is related.
Well,
yeah,
yeah,
like, don't get me wrong.
That's
talking
kind
actually,
of what I had in mind.
I'm talking like bands,
I see.
like out and like there are new metal, rap rock revival bands that have become a thing.
Well, you know what they say, Shredney.
20-year rule?
Yeah, that's what I had in mind.
Well,
I definitely...
the 15 to 25-year cycle of, like, where we get past this interval.
Fuck. I'm dead.
Oof.
System
but yeah, you
of
do
a
know
Down.
about the concept of the anxious interval, right?
Yes, we've talked about it on the show before, even, I think.
Oh, yeah, we have.
Although
actually,
not...
at least one.
Not for
But
a
yeah,
while,
like,
but, yeah.
what's in the anxious interval now?
Like Kesha?
Kinda, yeah. I mean, granted,
Although...
Kesha still has a career for a completely with a completely different sound, but, like...
Well, yeah, but I meant, like, her early music.
Her early stuff.
Yeah. And, like...
Early Lady Gaga.
Actually, I think that stuff's starting to come back around, because you have, like, Ava Max now, who just... Like... It's basically the same thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, is that it's, like, right on the battleground line. Shisterable is, like, that... the post-Lady Gaga strain of pop.
Yes.
It's, like, right at that point, like... Oh god, what else?
By the way, being old enough to be pandered to by nostalgia grabs is a very strange feeling.
It is really weird. Okay, have the Decemberists become flipped around to becoming cool again yet?
I don't know. I don't keep up with indie rock discourse. It's
like
often somehow even more insufferable than rap discourse.
Oh yeah. I mean, like I generally speaking do not pay attention to it, unless it like distantly intersects with like a tiny handful of bands in that vein that I. But then it's not even in that vein. It's just like bands that happen to be full of time that I'm happy now.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, Algiers. But Algiers sonic, not anything like their... Have you listened to Algiers?
No. I
think you'd at least be interested by what they're doing.
Maybe.
Fuck.
Listen to
They're
Gazpacho. I bought a bunch of music at a thrift store the other day. Or was that literally yesterday? I think so.
But, like, Algiers are, like, really intense post-punk meets gospel music. It's good shit. Like,
your death
really.
was extremely painful.
Thanks, game.
You know.
You know.
No, Decemberists are not cool again, Heinz has told me.
Yeah.
That's a little sad. Like, I mean, I know that their recent albums have been less well received.
I was more a fan of of their successor band, the Januaries.
Oh, fuck you. No. Also, the Decemberists is a reference to,
It's like a
the Decemberists
politics thing, isn't it?
It's a reference to one of the failed revolutions against the Tsar.
Yeah.
That, like, just completely imploded before the October Revolution happened, and they actually did join.
But yeah, I don't know a ton about indie rock. I bought an album by... God, what the hell was the name of that band? where I'm going with this is that I picked up a thing at the thrift store because I liked the cover, and it turned out to be like a weird folk gospel album, which is not what I thought it was going to be based on the cover. But the Sky Green Leopards was the name of the band. And the album cover's like a fucking sculpture of an antelope's head. Which, I don't really get it, but it's a cool cover at least.
I mean, like, I don't know, there's a certain... How do I explain?
There's a market for it.
I'm sure there is.
No, I can... Like, there's a certain kind, I think, of, like, rootsy sort of band with those sort of influences that definitely has that kind of aesthetic.
I guess so. It was not really my jam, but...
It's very, how do I put this, NPR aesthetic.
Perhaps. You should take Bustling Fungus since it heals your turrets, too.
Yeah. Let's do that.
There was... I am subscribed to the Risk of Rain subreddit, which is mostly people complaining that they're not updating the game fast enough, which is just asinine, but there is the occasional piece of good content. Somebody posted a meme, and it was when you're playing as the engineer, and it was just a picture of him, and it said, "Give me the plant," and a picture of the Bustling Fungus.
Yeah.
just Gib Fungus. Gib Fungus.
I misinterpreted his thumbnail of him holding his mine as him having like a guitar that was made out of a mine, which would be nice, but yeah, if only.
Engineer is definitely the character in this game who vapes the most.
Vapes the most. Oh my! What does the Artificer do?
Like club drugs.
Crack.
I don't think crack is a club drug.
I was thinking has one of those glass meth pipes, but like does DMT from it.
I'm not deep enough into drug culture to understand what that means.
I see God now. DMT is an extremely strong psychedelic, it's a crystal, and is often either smoked or insufflated.
Sorry, insufflated?
Snorted.
Insufflated.
Yes.
As in it go.
Yes, that's what it means when you snort.
It's just a strange word. Oh, I would like this because it gives me an extra charge of my lightning ball.
Yeah, that's like that's the technical term for snorting a drug.
It's just got a very strange word shape.
It does. It's very Latin.
Oh, you know what I do want to talk about actually? Is fucking Granbelm.
Granbelm, yeah, I watched the trailer for that, although without any subtitles or anything. So
yeah, there are none.
Absorbing
so
what's happening.
So I don't know what's being said either.
Not even auto closed caption. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I tried
you could
to
probably
turn
do
them
that.
on. They're nonsensical.
Yeah, that.
I mean, they would be.
It doesn't know. The YouTube auto translator just doesn't know how to do Japanese.
I mean, part of that is because Japanese has a lot of words that are essentially the same other than inflection.
Yeah, it'll translate stuff in the wrong order and stuff too. You should take
and also it has very Japanese is very particular grammar that is heavily context based.
Yeah,
and it's much easier to read or speak than it is to auto translate. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but anyway, Granbelm is
the three tenets of language: reading, speaking, auto translating.
Auto translation. But Granbelm is an anime that is premiering in July, and To my understanding, it is a Magical Girl mecha series.
Yes, I got that. I was thinking, wow, so it's like Teens Core Nanoha happening again.
It's basically, like, my favorite trailer I've ever seen ever.
Yeah,
and I hope the actual show is anywhere near that good.
Okay, so, like, I had to look up, the series composition is being done by the guy who did Yorimon.
Hi,
What was that?
Bailey. My
But-
brother.
Oh,
Yeah, but, like, it's...
special
yeah,
guest feature.
Dude, yeah, the series composition is being done by the guy who did Place Further Than the Universe and Steins Gate, strangely.
The Euromoy connection I actually did not know about. I did know that the director is the same guy that did ReZero.
Yeah, I wasn't...
Which,
yeah,
I just don't know what to do with that information, because I haven't seen that show.
Yeah, I don't know. I've heard mixed things about it.
Most
like,
people
positive,
seem
but
to
also...
like it.
Yeah, most people seem to like...
And the
You know,
problems
it's like-
people had with it seemed to be more from the source material than the show itself, because it's based off of a book. But
yeah, like it's a solid adaptation of stuff that, you know, is a little like a little more contentious than the actual adaptation per se.
And the studio is Nexus Animation, who have done like nothing if that anybody knows about. They have like 3 or 4 other shows, and none of them are at all like Grand Realm. So it's
like
an
Juki
exciting
Hanada,
series.
The writer, he's, you know, responsible for, you know, in terms of original stuff, like Place Further Than the Universe, and was responsible, I think, for writing the Steins Gate visual novels, which, like, you know, kind of like, you know, I know a lot of people who really like the original Steins Gate and have other feelings about Zero. Some people like it, some people really don't.
I have always kind of avoided the series because of the weird transphobia thing.
Yeah, I've heard different things from different people about that, and it's
Wait,
like, I don't know what.
Were Steins Gate and Further Than the Universe actually written by the same person? Because that doesn't sound correct.
Yes, it was. Yes, Juki Hanada. Look him up.
Go on ahead and take both of them. I've been taking too many items.
Alright.
Yeah.
I actually don't know if these stack in any meaningful way, but I guess I'll find out. But,
although it is worth noting, like, not in, like,
didn't
that
he
sort
also
of
write
stuff.
Darling in the Franxx?
Juki Hanada might... Maybe?
This man has a very mixed resume.
An interesting resume, but yeah, weird. He might, maybe. I didn't recall seeing Darling in the Franxx there. I saw.
Maybe
like,
I'm mixing.
I was mostly focusing on his original. Well, yeah, that is an original.
I might be thinking of
like,
the guy that wrote the Steins Gate anime, which is...
No, Juki Hanada wrote. But I think he was involved in. He might have been part of the team that worked on the visual novel before that.
I see.
I'm trying to recall.
Because
I know that
I know that one of the people that wrote Darlifra worked on Steins Gate 2. But it's possible that it might not have been the same guy. I thought it was the primary writer, but I don't know if Steins Gate is one of those things where there's like multiple...
Outside of anime, Juki Hanada is apparently mostly known for being a light novelist.
Yeah.
But as far as I know, not much of his like prose stuff has actually been adapted, which is kind of interesting given how many writing credits he has in anime.
But
like, I think he's also worked on manga. Guy's really prolific.
But, my point was just, like, it seems like a lot of talented people doing something that, from the trailer at least, looks very much my thing. So either I'm going to absolutely love it, or it's going to disappoint me like Darlifra did, and I will never stop ragging on it until the end of time.
Oof. Let's see.
He was also a scriptwriter on K-On? What?
Oh yeah, he was. Yeah, but I mean, I was including adaptations, but like, yeah, K-On! And Bloom Into You, he adapted both of those.
Alright.
Nerd time.
And from what I've heard, well, actually, K-On! That was basically rewritten from the ground up, you know. So it
yeah,
was
because
like
the manga is fucking awful.
I mean,
yeah,
I was
it's like him.
I mean,
so
I was saying so because I got the glasses, but y'all are talking anime shit. So
it's true. It's
but
true
yeah,
both
like,
ways.
But like
Nightmare.
K-On! Basically him and Naoka Yamada. So actually, that's another point in his favor.
Yeah, I don't know.
The guy's done a lot with Kyoto Animation. He also wrote Beyond the Boundary. Like he ran.
Oh hey, that's
that.
the show
show.
the show that was like, because this is how the Western anime community was like poised as the rival to Kill la Kill. That
why?
They aired at the same time and both had girls with red weapons as the lead characters. Is as far as I can tell the connection there.
I remember Millie's response to Beyond the Boundary was, in watching it, was like, this show feels like it's appealing to a fetish, but I can't tell what it is. It's not overtly, and it's not like overtly sexual.
I've never seen it, so I don't know about that, but I mean I wouldn't be too
Apparently
shocked, I guess.
It definitely has a following with like guys who have a thing for glasses girls.
So
but like
people
like
with
really
tits.
have it.
No, I'm
like
kidding.
A weirdly specific thing.
That does make sense. The protagonist has glasses.
Yeah, she does. And but yeah, like she was like, I can't put my finger on it, but there is definitely something fetishy going on here, and I can't tell what.
But yeah, that aired the same season as Kill la Kill, and there was like...
Which is like the complete opposite, because there's like just the blatantly sexual stuff everywhere, but it doesn't feel like it.
Yeah, Kill la Kill's a weird show, also, but...
I love Kill la Kill.
I will... My, like... high-minded, literate defense of Kill la Kill can wait until I do my, like, Anime of the Decade article at the end of the year.
Okay, I can respect that.
Cause, like, 99% of the time, I love the show, but I just don't feel like talking about it, because it's just... You know, saying this makes me feel like a jerk, but it's a discourse magnet, and...
it is a fuck course,
and
that's irritating.
I just don't super enjoy talking about it anymore for that reason.
I don't know.
My thoughts on it are simple enough. I hate the first episode, and the rest are great.
That's fine. Yeah.
That is very legit. Although I do think that the first episode has some really good moments in it, like the fucking opening scene
I am pretty sure I know what Trey is referring to.
Oh no, I know what he's referring to, and that is pretty fucking but
just, like...
that is rough. But like the opening scene where it's like oh god, his name is escaping me again. Gamagori.
Yep.
Just
falling out of
some poor chump.
falling from the roof and like skydiving. It's a pretty great opening scene, honestly.
Yeah, and it's also like the most 80s thing I have seen in modern anime.
Yeah,
like that show is just like non-stop, like a tribute to send-up of and modernization of utterly ridiculous, over-the-top shit from the 80s.
Imaishi is the best at what he does, and what he does is be Imaishi.
Yeah, like, it's so fucking...
He's a very singular director. For better and sometimes for worse.
For worse, yeah, also. But, like, generally for better. But also sometimes worse.
Yeah,
But,
I'd say
he's
his
kinda-
batting average is like 75-25 in general, and on Kill la
Yeah.
Kill, it's like 90-10.
Yeah, it's like, the thing is, he's kind of similar, appropriately enough, like, especially, like, given, Kill la Kill, is like, he clearly is a big Gona guy.
Yeah,
Like, a fucking huge Gona guy.
definitely. I feel like Imaishi's
And he
main...
has some of the same problem.
Yeah, Imaishi's main point of difference is like the specific, like... I hate the word postmodern, but you know what I mean when I say that his work has more of like a postmodern feel to it.
Yeah, that's actually... Well, the thing is, when it's legitimate to say postmodern, it's like there aren't a lot of other words that what you could say. Like
it's a lot of like pastiche that goes on in Imaishi's stuff.
It's like, pastiche, acknowledgement of certain things that are not acknowledged in the source material, but kind of like with a wink and a nod. But also like there are layers to it. It's like, it's very referential, but not like in a way that means that you can't like enjoy it if you don't know what it's referencing.
Yeah, I think that's actually one of his big strengths as a director too, is that even if you have never seen any of the stuff that he's referencing.
Yeah, like, you don't have to have seen Kekko Kamen to appreciate Kill la Kill, but if you've seen more than 5 Kekko Kamen, you know what he's nodding to. Some bullshit killer.
Yeah.
Hello?
Yeah. Hi. Are you okay?
Hello.
Trey?
Hello.
Okay.
Okay.
Hello?
Hello?
What did Trey say?
He's doing okay.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me. But yeah, it's like...
Did you disconnect for a second or something, Trey?
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 Oh no.
I think possibly family bothering is going on.
That is possible.
What was I going to say? But yeah, like, I think pretty much all of Imaishi's shows are at least, like, pretty good. His shorts are dicier. I really don't like Sex and Violence with Mach Speed. I think it's just stupid.
What I've seen of it is, it's really stupid, but I kind of enjoy it.
What do you mean, what you've seen of it? It's like 8 minutes long.
Actually, I can't remember whether I've actually seen the whole thing.
That's the
like,
one that's like it's
bit
yellow.
of it.
It's yellow and white. It's like the whole thing.
Oh no, I know what you're talking.
Yeah,
I know exactly the short, and it is. Yeah, it's real dumb.
Yeah, but like most of his stuff is dumb in a fun way, and I just don't
vibe with that.
It feels like it should have remained on the drawing board. Hello, Trey.
Yeah, although it does make for a great callback in Loop.
Yeah, that's true. Although, actually,
Like-
that might be my least favorite episode of that show.
Yeah, but it's still like, I feel like Luluco almost weirdly, Luluco is just good. Luluco's good.
Luluco is interesting because it's Imaishiing himself, which is fascinating, but really only works if you've seen all of his other stuff.
Oh yeah, but I love with the whole thing with the one with the life fiber.
Yeah.
Holy shit. That one is really funny.
There was I was having an argument with somebody on the Trigger Chord once, and they were like, "Oh yeah, you should definitely watch Luluco first." And
what?
I was like probably the angriest I've ever gotten at a completely innocuous opinion.
I'm not gonna be angry. I'm not angry, but I am confused. I'm not angry, but I'm confused.
I think his logic was that, oh, it's short, which, sure, but like,
pardon?
Like,
No,
that's not anything.
No. No,
That's
okay,
not anything.
I mean, I mean, actually, I feel like Luluco could still be enjoyable if you get what the fuck is going on.
I don't know about that. Like, that leans
just
really heavy on you knowing, like, all that shit.
Yeah, it does. But I do think that it's, like, just so off-wall that you kind of just accept, okay, this is clearly a reference to something I don't get, but it's still fun.
Yeah, but most anime fans aren't that perceptive.
But I mean, like, for example, I didn't sex and violence at Mach Speed until after I saw them.
Oh, there's the teleporter.
I was like, oh, that actually...
I knew it was somewhere, but like I had it and I lost it. I had so much stimuli going on at once that I forgot.
It happens.
And like, actually, I don't think I've ever seen more than like an episode of Inferno.
You.
What'd you say, Shreddy?
I don't think I've seen more than an episode of Inferno Cop.
Inferno Cop is actually not Imaishi, that's Amamiya.
I know it's not, it's the guy who did Gridman.
Yes, which I think is actually probably the best show that's ever come out of Trigger's, like, production
Yeah,
studio.
you've told me, and I've heard from, like, everybody who's actually seen it that it's, like, incredible.
Yeah, I mean, that's the same that's the same root problem as Kill la Kill, where there's a bunch of, like, sexualization stuff that they could have cut out and they really wouldn't have lost anything important.
That's fair.
But
I feel like with Kill la Kill though, it's like so gonzo non-stop that it like
sure. Well,
I can't object.
Sure,
I mean, I can object, but I'm not gonna.
My point being, just like they could have done away with it if they had wanted to, but like
the game is telling me to get styled upon.
Oh dear. Well, I will try to pull this one off on my own and see if I can do that. But
yeah, but the only thing that is keeping me from immediately getting to Gridman is simply that I'm just like, this is gonna sound dumb as fuck, but like, I'm really bad at getting mecha shows.
Why?
I
don't know. I am not a giant robot.
Why?
For some reason.
But Shredney, they're big.
Chicks,
they're big boys. Yes. Or occasionally girls. Or others. Occasionally there's someone's mom.
You know.
Or like, you know, embodiment of cosmic horror.
But,
or
like,
both. Because Ava.
What the hell was I going to say? Oh,
like,
yeah, like, there are legitimate grievances to be had with Gridman, but I think that the positives of the show are, like, way outweighing the negatives to a point where I kind of feel like you have to be deliberately reading the show uncharitably to, like, take it negatively, if that makes sense.
Fair. Yeah, I've been there with shows sometimes.
And there's people that that I know who have watched it and don't like it, and that's one thing. But I have also seen some takes about that series that I do not agree with at all.
That sums up my feelings. Well, sort of. That's part of my more complicated feelings about Yurikuma Arashi. It is a deeply flawed series that I love.
I wouldn't even
at the
say...
same time, I feel like...
Go on.
But I feel like, you know, a lot of takes on it feel like either misinterpretations which are done in good faith, or just outright bad.
Yeah, like... I don't know.
I'm like people who are angry at Ikuhara for other reasons, being like, oh, clearly, you know, problematic.
Yes, Jane, the absolute madman.
I did it.
She's done it again.
I won.
Yeah, she killed a big bug.
I've destroyed the local ecosystem, finally.
Wow. So you're like the one slur in the Lorax.
Please don't compare me to the one slur ever again. Hey, this thing is yellow.
I mean in the book. No,
the queen.
You're just Han. a hand in the darkness,
You,
chopping
you
down
have a-
trees.
You have a friend now.
We got a buddy, yeah.
Like, God forbid I would compare you to anything in that awful, awful film.
I've never seen the Lorax movie, actually, and probably never will. But,
I have seen, like, equivalent to, like, 15 minutes of footage of it, and that was painful enough.
But,
And I never want to subject myself to more of it.
the reason I like Gridman so much is that it is, like, on a thematic level as far as what it is actually, like, about in a non-literal plot sense. Is that it is basically a series-length argument between two people going, like, being into anime things is bad and will ruin your life, and the other person going, actually, like, finding
That's
refuge
stupid.
in art is normal and healthy.
That seems like kind of the meta of a lot of Trigger's work, but mainly Luluko.
Yeah, Luluko kind of goes there too. I just think
It
that,
feels like-
Amamiya handles it with a lot of grace, which is kind of a weird
Yeah.
adjective to apply to a show about a giant robot, but whatever.
No, I totally get what you mean. I mean, like, I think that, a work of, giant robots would be graceful.
Yeah.
I mean, given that, like, people still won't shut the fuck up about Evangelion after 25 years. I think it says something.
Hey, Treshy, do you prefer Asuka or Rei?
Kaoru is the actual.
See, I knew you'd say something like that.
No, seriously. Like,
I know
Kaoru-
you genuinely think that. I have not seen enough of
No,
the show
like
to have a solid
Kaoru
opinion.
is such a good boy / space alien
Hey,
angel thing.
spoilers for a show that ended 20 years ago.
Yeah, like
It's gonna be on Netflix in a month. I haven't seen it yet.
Oh, that's actually true. It is going to be on Netflix next month.
yeah, and finally, like
With
all
a
the
new
people
dub.
fully understand. Oh yeah,
The children. At last, the children can get
and wait a second, the original dub or is there a new one?
They had to make a new one because the people that own the rights to the original
Oh.
would not sell it to Netflix.
Interesting.
Didn't the
I
company
actually
go
liked
bankrupt?
the original dub.
like the-
No. The original dub is owned by... Is it Funimation? I think?
No, it's actually owned by ADV.
ADV is ADV. And, ADV is kind of, like, infamously petty about this kind of thing. And
Yeah, ADV
They
is
would
very
not-
petty and basically dead.
they would not let go of the dub. And Netflix was like, okay, well, instead of getting into, like, a bidding war, we'll just commission a new one. And they did. And people, like, were calling for their heads on pikes and suddenly pretending
That's
that
ridiculous.
that
Look,
anybody liked the Eva dub from the 90s.
I mean,
at
no,
the
I
time.
liked the Ava dub. Like, I legitimately liked the Ava dub, but
There are people who do.
But-
What I mean is, like, these are the same people that if you had asked them
Oh,
a
you
month prior would have been like, oh, you can't watch the dub because it's bad.
okay.
You know
so
what I
you
mean?
Ava,
It's
Ava stan.
yes. People that care too much about this singular show.
I mean, I understand being deeply invested in Evangelion because that show is a like, if you actually watch End of Evangelion, it becomes really obvious that show is, like, straight up about depression.
Well, yes.
Like,
no. I'm not
it
I'm not
rips
trying
away
to take
any-
away, like,
Yeah, it's like,
Any of
I
the,
understand why people...
I
understand why...
artistry behind Evangelion. I'm
Oh,
just
no.
saying
No,
that
not at
even like the best and most meaningful thing in the world, it is possible to care too much about.
Oh,
like,
yeah, well, or rather, to care in an unhealthy way.
sure, maybe
It's
that's,
not even
I guess
how much.
that's a better way
It's
to
not
put
about
it.
how...
Yeah,
It's not about how much. It's about the way you do it.
sure.
Like,
Yeah.
and I feel like with Evangelion, why actually would potentially attract people who are kind of, because of the way it is and what it's about, what the themes are, how those things are presented, that there's definitely going to be at least some people who get really attached to it that don't process their very well.
Yeah, I mean, fucking, Fooly Cooly is the same way, and... God,
Yeah,
that's a rant I could go on sometime about how nobody appreciates the Fooly Cooly sequels because they didn't want to.
There are actually some people who really, really like the Fooly Cooly sequels.
I know! I'm one of those people! But
I know, I'm just saying it's like, you know, it's
they're
like there are more people
very
who
much
really
a
like them than you
minority, I think. Like, most
Like, they are a
people
minority,
seem
but
to
there are
really not like them.
Yeah,
For,
I mean, there's...
in my opinion, stupid reasons.
I mean, yeah. I mean, there are, like, some people who I think probably have, like, legit reasons.
Sure,
Yeah,
I mean,
you know.
like, a Daruznik person who uses our server fairly often doesn't like the animation and whatnot, and that's
Yeah,
one
I think,
thing.
Like, I've heard that.
I actually think that they're both visually very good looking, but they do not look the same kind of good as the original, so, like, I get it.
Because the original was, like, essentially one giant experiment.
Yeah. It was in part an animation showcase, and the later two are really not.
I mean, if I'm not mistaken, that there are elements of, like, the newer ones which definitely are, you know, like, an experiment. You know, like, not in the exact same way, but they do play around with interesting stuff.
Yeah,
it's just that they do it in a different way.
There's a whole episode of, Progressive, which is done in a completely different art style, which is really cool.
Yeah, that's fun. I mean, I can understand why some people don't always enjoy when that sort of thing happens, but I do. I am big on that.
It's just like
Space Dandy is just all that all the time, and that's why Space Dandy is great.
But what those people would argue is that it is not as visually adventurous as the original, which, sure, like, again...
That's a legitimate, like, you know, disappointment.
I get it, more or less. The people that bother me are the people who are like, oh, they shouldn't have even dared to touch the fucking sacred cow, is what bothers me.
I don't know. I do feel like there are a lot of people who are like that, but I feel like
there's a lot.
Some people who... There are probably at least some people who have, like, you know, real concern that actually makes sense in there. Mm-hmm. It's just that the most vocal people are inevitably going to be the sacred cow people.
Yeah, like, I don't know. It's weird. Because both of the Fooly Cooly sequels are very strange programs, because wow,
Fooly Cooly was
I am
very
almost
strange.
dead. Yeah, but they're strange in completely different ways.
Yeah,
like
if I'm not mistaken, like one. Well, I mean, it's in the name. One is, you know. Yeah, like, didn't you say that, like, one of them is like Progressive is basically an answer to a lot of potential issues?
Progressive is like a really prickly and cynical show. Like,
yeah, it's a prickly, cynical show that's like a critique of
basically like a long-form criticism of the original series. Yes,
and then like Alternative is more like running with the thing that, you know,
and Alternative is kind of that again, but too progressive, so it ends up being more similar to the original in some ways, and a good deal more optimistic than either of the two prior shows.
That's interesting.
I hate two TV tropes on main, but
yes.
Are we saying that season 2 is the deconstruction and season 3 is the reconstruction?
In the ways that website uses
TBT
those terms,
uses those
yes,
terms.
actually,
Yeah, kind of.
I would say that.
Although, actually, given the way you're talking about Progressive, it sounds like more like it might actually have actual destructive elements. Rather than, like, most of the time people just say deconstruction, it's like if there were real-world consequences. No, that's not what a deconstruction is.
Yeah,
it's... Fuck up.
It's weird. Progressive
Watchmen is a deconstruction because it analyzes why people actually care about superheroes.
Yeah.
That's why it's a deconstruction.
But
because it is actually
I guess
literary analysis as a comic book. That's why it's constructed.
You okay, Shredney?
I was just
ranting at the sky. It's okay. I've done that.
But like,
too.
yeah, that's actually what actual.
But
like, there are very few literary works.
Like,
truly deep.
I guess you could argue, if you wanted to be, like, a real, like, le critique, that progressive is actually, in both senses, a deconstruction, because it is heated literary critic moment.
Oh yeah, you have no idea how mad I get people the word deconstruction. I get pissed.
You vanished in the middle of that, Shredney.
No, I said you have no. Well, okay, now you have of how fucking pissed I get when people use the word deconstruction wrong. It makes me foam at the mouth.
I used to, and I have largely accepted at this point that battle is lost, and
yeah, but
nobody
like, at this point,
but me cares
anymore.
Oh no,
like,
I see it used in that sense all the fucking time. Like,
well, I don't know. Maybe it's because I avoid like base bitch nerd circles.
Yeah, you don't constantly trawl r/anime because of some weird...
No, I would never.
Some weird.
Fuck.
Fucking
Reddit people. Like, not all Reddit. Like, I actually go on. But but those people are like such newbies that they're fine. You know what I mean? Like half of them, and then half of them.
We really did that.
Yep. Also, your shield is over here, Trey.
But yeah, it's like the thing about anime suggests that it's either, you know, like, not exactly. Jaded is the wrong word. It's like it's either people who know their shit or people who did these things that they're just like, I like having suggestions from people. That's nice. You know, like they're fine. You know, but if you get like into r/, it is just
r/
people who are
what?
Like, r/ rather than
you
like,
keep cutting out as you're saying the name of the subreddit.
Because it is the accursed black boy.
Are you talking about r/anime? Blink twice if yes.
Okay, I'm gonna reset my connection.
This is an audio medium.
Blink twice audibly if yes.
Blink. Proceeds to blink 180 more times. Oh, boy, you're big.
Oh,
you're large.
Oh, okay.
Jesus
they're just
Christ.
we're at the difficulty where they're just throwing bosses at us now.
God, we're in this now.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Perhaps we should run.
Oh my God. Yeah.
I'm going.
Fuck.
Let's split up,
buddy.
okay?
I don't want to have anything to do with you. Oh God.
Okay, I'm back on the call.
Hi, Shredney.
Hi, Shred.
Okay, so what I was saying, I don't mind being an r/anime suggest. Because it's just like either people who know their shit or people who are so new to the medium that they're just, oh, I like being best things. Whereas r/anime is that horrible place where a little bit of knowledge is very dangerous.
Yeah.
Because they're the kind of people who are like, they're pretentious is what they are. Pretentious.
There's a lot of people there who, like, you know, watches an anime from the 80s once, all anime shit now. Or, like, people who have some show or another that they've latched onto as, like, the epitome of the medium and don't
Oh, so you mean the kind of people who actually watch that and snob and think he has a point?
I don't know who that is, but judging by the name,
He's
probably. You're
a
disappearing again.
notorious YouTube anime reviewer. He's Greek, I think.
I don't know.
Oh.
I mean, there's a lot of people there, and I know you don't hate this guy as much as I do, but there are a lot of people there that, like, really think that Digibro has all the answers.
Look, I like Bro, and I
like,
don't think he has all the answers.
People who think that, like, Giguk is a good critic and stuff, and I don't know.
Like, I'm mostly different to Giguk. He exists.
Wow, I was obliterated. Wow.
Oh
my god.
I guess this is on me, then.
I have distinct problems with, but I don't, like, active. He just
Jane,
kinda...
I think this one might be fucked.
But yeah, he's sort of a...
Sort of what?
Like, but if you think that he actually has the answer, then you have many problems with forming your own opinion.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
And it's like, oh god, like, the thing is, as I said, I like Digibro, but hardcore Digibro are frequently the worst people.
Yeah, like, I don't know.
Like, I get why you deeply dislike him. I totally But that's also because his fans fucking work. Like, you know.
People who complain that not every show that exists has, like, $1 trillion budget and 300 hours a week to do every cut perfectly, and just... Like, I would describe a lot of the people on that subreddit as people who fetishize, like, the idea of anime, but don't actually like watching it. It's a very strange thing.
Fetishize the idea of Sakuga, but don't stand it.
Yeah.
Like, and the funny thing to me about that is, like, with...
Well,
like,
you've seen... This was actually on A, I think. But you've seen that fucking post that's like, but it has more lines. That means it's better drawn.
No.
It was somebody arguing about Dragon Ball Z, and he was like... He posted a still image of Goku, and he was like, "This is good animation." And somebody was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you?" Well, no. Like, somebody was like, "What are you talking about? That's a still image." And he said, "It has more lines. That means that it's well animated." And he seemed to be serious.
So, like, here's the thing: is that the irony with, like, a lot of these with, like, and I do see them come from, like, people who are super hardcore, like, fans of guys like Digibro, is that if they actually tried to say this to Digibro, he'd be, what are you talking about? What is wrong with you?
I'm not...
And it's like,
I have to be honest, I'm not really interested in what Digibro himself says, because that... At some point, the arguments that his fans make become what I have the actual problem with. I don't watch his videos, so, like, I don't...
Yeah, that's fair.
It's
just
really
like, it's like... But I'm just sort of pointing out that, like, I feel like the environment around, like, YouTube punditry tends to be toxic and stupid.
Yeah.
In ways that wind up being, like, you know, don't necessarily reflect on the actual
from the PNG Discord. That's weird. What happened? But yeah, I don't know. I don't like shit like that either.
Yeah, but you do get my point. Is like there's like it's like the whole thing with, like, xenogenics, as Harlan Ellison put it. Like, it's like it mutates outwards.
Yeah, I don't know. I just find it tedious and really irritating.
Yeah. I do not
Or
like
people
our
who, like, take these completely arbitrary, extremely dogmatic positions about things that they don't actually know anything about.
Yes.
Or even,
yes,
actually care about if you press them enough. Like...
Yeah, it's just like, unprincipled X.
Yeah.
But not real.
Like, people who won't watch anything with CGI in it is... I don't know, it's weird.
Except, you know, like, then you tell them, oh, this thing you like actually contains a lot of CGI. Well,
That's different.
Yeah. Well, like, if they actually had the two brain cells to rub together to make a coherent argument, what they would say is that using CGI for blending is fine. What they actually don't like is using CGI for character animation. Which is an opinion that, like, I don't have, but it makes sense. Like, there's a coherent thought there. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
in principle.
Yeah.
But then you're like, lustrous exists, and,
What?
oh, let's think about this. Magnetic rose
Hold
from
on a
memories.
second. Sorry. Give me, like, 2 seconds here.
Okay, what happened?
Somebody's being stupid in the fucking chat. Don't worry about it.
Oh. Oh dear. Did somebody just get, like, mega banned?
Yes, I actually didn't know that would delete the back messages. They were coming in here and complaining about something that happened in the Pretty Neat Gamer Discord, which I don't care about because I haven't been affiliated with them in like a year. And then it was like talking about how trans people aren't part of the LGBT community, and I don't.
What?
I don't.
Well,
I don't even know what they were trying to get at, but I also just don't give a shit. No, it's okay, Heinz. You're not omnipotent. It's not your fault.
Well, what we're not going to do is that.
Yeah, I don't even care what kind of point they were trying to make. Just take that somewhere else. That's not here. I don't give a shit. I'm not even sure who that was. Like Lola MKV. I don't know. Probably one of the people, like 200 people that follows me on Twitch, but never actually shows up to any of my shows. Because there's a bunch of those.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there are some people who do just, like, randomly show, you know, like, every once in a while. And it's just like, they're...
Like, whatever. That's...
You know, what's funny is, like, what community there is here is generally very nice.
Yeah, we occasionally get strange people wandering in. Like, you guys remember, this was like well over a year ago now, but we had that person that kept trying to get us to do ASMR.
Yeah,
the weird,
the
pervy troll.
Yeah, that person.
Oh god.
Yeah, the one with the lisp fetish. Yeah, that was weird. You know, could you do that consensually with somebody who will actually like, be into that instead of being weird at us about it?
That would be too difficult.
God.
You just like, you know, that requires effort, Shredney.
Yeah, you know, harassment obviously, you know, is the easiest way to get what you want. Apparently.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
so much.
More evidence to my theory that people are weird.
Controversial opinion.
Oh my god, did I just get DM'd on Discord by this person? No, okay, this is something else entirely unrelated. I was about to lose my mind. What is this about?
Oh, boy.
Oh my god.
Who is this person?
Hold on. I apologize for stranding you, Trey, but this person is apparently like, extremely dead set on making me
Trolling you?
hear their stupid-ass opinions.
Oh my god. Okay, I compelled. Who fucking... Why are they here?
Oh shit. Oh shit. We might need to restart this run.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Some people don't fucking know how to handle, like, anything. Yeah, I'll make a new game. I apologize about that.
I didn't even get to, like...
They might have been in TMP already, because back when I was affiliated with Pretty Neat, there was like at some point there was a server link share thing, but
yeah.
If you're not gonna ever post, like, on any of my stuff ever, I don't care what your opinions are on other people, even if they were agreeable, which they're not. Like, just fuck off. I don't care. Like, I'm sorry that you got banned from a Discord server that I'm not even in anymore, but it's not my problem. It's just... good.
Wow.
Yeah, Heinz, that's fine. You can explain the situation. The very stupid situation, if you are so inclined to do so.
Just wow. Just, yeah, Heinz, it would be awesome if you would field this, because I couldn't even read most of what they were saying.
It's like, basically just complaining that they got banned from another server.
Yeah, I mean, I caught that. But, like, I saw, like, a wall of blabbering.
Oh, they did join. They did join our server. You know what? They probably used the invite link under the stream, which I forgot was even there, but it is.
I mean,
Commando tray.
You know, like, under normal circumstances, you're not going to get, like, that happen.
Yeah, like, you know, it's fine. I'm not removing the link, because the worst case scenario is I just have to do that again. But, like,
yeah,
talk to somebody who fucking cares. Like,
yeah,
I don't know. Maybe that's rude, but I feel entitled to be a little rude if you're gonna try to use my shit as a platform for your nonsense.
Yeah. Or, like,
this is not why I host this stream at all.
If this is inordinately stressing you out, you feel that angry about it, maybe do some self-care.
Yeah, like, well, what they said, just, like, for the benefit of the VOD, I guess, is they were complaining about having been banned from PNG's Discord because they said that trans people and the gay and lesbian community should be two separate communities, which is something that I think is ridiculous, but that's not the main point here.
Should be considered separate things?
Communities.
What?
Yes, like they shouldn't be grouped together, was their argument. Their very stupid argument. But... What
negative effect does that have on...
I don't know. I really doubt this person thought that through. Thought it through to that extent.
What?
But then...
Yeah.
Then they were like, well, even if you don't want me here, you need to tell PNG that they shouldn't host your stream anymore, which they apparently still do. I figured they would have stopped a long time ago, but whatever. Like, you need to tell PNG to not host your stream anymore.
So you need to tell people who are just...
reasons? I don't know.
So they can't. So like, they're demanding that you tell a third party who just happens to be hosting your stream to not do it because they have beef with that third party.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like, I don't care
Doesn't make any
if,
fucking sense.
like, I'm not affiliated with
You don't
PNG
know
anymore, but it wasn't like we had a fight or something. I just, like, got really
Yeah.
burned out on streaming for a while and kind of drifted away from the
yeah,
network.
That's
Like,
what
I don't,
gathered,
I
is,
don't
like,
care
I
if
mean-
they host me. They can host whatever the hell they want.
Yeah, I mean, they don't. Like, I never got the impression that you
beef with. No, I don't. Like, Sarah Camara's a cool person, and
Yeah, like, I'm
not super close with anybody in the network, but like, I'm not like
Yeah.
enemies with any of them either. It's just
Yeah, like, I don't know. Like, I've been
cool.
meaning to watch some of her streams because she seems.
Yeah,
It's just like I never got around to it because like I don't watch a lot.
Yeah, like it's the same thing. Like I was explaining this to on a completely unrelated note. I was explaining this to Nick Rockley Smile the other day. Is like I just don't watch a lot of a lot of live streams anymore. As I've gotten older, it just kind of doesn't seem like a great way to spend a ton of my time. And if I'm doing something streaming related,
fair.
I'd usually rather do a stream. You know what I mean? As opposed to watch one.
Yeah, and also it's like it was actually kind of funny, and I've actually heard this. This was with like because this has actually come up is like with people who have who stream bring this up was because I follow Loading Ready Live, and they're like multiple people who've like done streaming things are like, you have a really nice community. Like, even my community kind of sucks. God damn
Oh
it,
no,
how-
Trey got disconnected from the game.
Oh.
I think I'm back now.
You're back in the voice
Okay.
call.
I have no idea.
Man, tonight's just kind of been a
Yeah,
tragedy,
I
huh?
think my actual thing
It might be on my end. Like I don't know what's going on at this point. Although the stream itself seems to be fine, unless there's something Hines isn't telling me.
What the hell?
But
Okay, I'm going to redo my own connection to make sure that
Okay.
I am properly connected because I'm not getting
all right.
more. Be back in sec.
Well, I guess this one will be solo until I die. Then that's a little irritating, but oh well. Stream's all good. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You there?
Yeah. Sorry, I just got quiet for a second because I'm concentrating. What's up? What's on your mind, Trey? Trey?
Hi.
Yep. What's up?
Not sure what is happening. Something I mean, I'm talking to you, but my message that I sent to the group chat didn't go through.
That's weird. Sometimes Discord fucks up that though, so maybe that's it.
I return.
Hi, Shredney.
Hello. Is the stream still up?
Yep.
Okay, so like, oh god. what
Yeah,
was that?
it's not on my end, definitely. I don't know what's going on there.
But yeah, like I'm also kind of like I'm often wary of live streams because it's like, it's harder to like we've experienced it and we've have like we have an audience of like mostly our friends and like
Yeah.
but even then it can be hard to like people and like getting randos, and the bigger you are, the more rando get that are like potentially awful, and it's like you know, it is very rare that you get like a community of people that's formed around a thing where the, you know, standards of being friendly and pleasant and inviting while also keeping away people who suck is self-in.
Yeah, I
You know
mean,
what I mean?
that's why I have a bunch of people modded.
Yeah, like, good fucking call. Love. Anybody who's been on the show, you're a mod.
Basically, that's how
You're
it
a mod.
goes, yeah. Like Oprah, but
Yeah, like,
it's mod swords instead of car keys.
Yeah. Just like endless. It's like endless soup and breadstick, except mod privilege. Hello?
Okay, sorry, I was just reading something, and also my ear is bothering me all of a sudden. It's been a hell of a show.
No.
What Trey sent a message in the chat that because his internet is acting up, he's going to like go check on family and such, and is gonna like see what the deal is when he gets back.
Oh, okay. Well.
But yeah, just like, I don't know. I try to be as open as possible to new people coming on the stream, even if they say things that seem a little strange. But there's a difference between that and like just being stupid, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't care.
Yeah, and like the thing is that, you know, people who've been following our streams, you know, like we've, you know, made like really good friends through that. Like Gogo is a lovely person.
Yeah.
By the way.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, like, you know, like we have indeed brought people into our fold, into our, you know, secret clubhouse.
Yeah.
From this stream.
It's just weird. And I don't know if anybody but me even got to see this part, but they were doing the, like, whatever happened to respecting other people's opinions thing, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
Oh, no, I saw that. That was the only read, was whatever respecting other people's opinions. And it's like, usually that's a very, very bad thing, because it's always the freeze peach thing.
Yeah, like, I don't care why you were banned from somebody else's Discord. I'm sorry. Like, even if it actually was in error and, like, unjust, I don't... It's not a Discord that I'm in charge of, so I don't care.
Yeah.
And even if I did care, like, what did that person want me to do? Use my magic powers to, like, give the other person the plague or something? I don't...
What?
I don't know.
Like, and also, it's like you're getting mad because you got banned from a Discord. Like, I've got, you know, like, banned or kicked from Discords before, and, like, you know, like, I was sad. And I was upset, but I wasn't, like, gonna, like, harangue people into letting me back, or, you know, like...
Certainly not uninvolved third parties. Like...
Oh, God, no. Yeah, jeez. Like, oh my god.
Like, I can't even imagine that person knew much about Pretty Neat, or they would know that I wasn't involved with them anymore. So I feel like,
yeah.
You know, extrapolating a little bit,
weird...
this person probably wasn't even, like, a regular over there. Like, they probably have this fucking, like, single-track mind with this thing, and feel that it is their God-given right to spread their message wherever they go. Like, fucking...
That
Johnny
me,
Appleseed.
frankly.
I don't know, it's weird.
Not... Oh, it's weird that, like, Johnny Appleseed come up in a video I was watching earlier as a joke, and then now the mention of Johnny Appleseed in the context of bad opinions.
Johnny Rotten Appleseed, as they say. I am epic free thinker. Give me platform. Here's my list of random grievances.
Give platform, please. Give platform.
Gib.
Yes. Give platform, please.
I'm gonna fucking go on Twitter and find this person, like, sent me 30 DMs. I feel it in my bones.
Oh my fucking god. Just like, you know, with a burner account or some shit.
Yeah. People do that shit. I've had people do that to me on Reddit before, actually. Is they'll, like, register accounts specifically to DM people bullshit.
Oh my god.
Which is a very mature and not completely ridiculous thing to do at all.
The weirdest thing was like running in, it's like the weirdest set of coincidence was like a day or two ago. Like fairly late. I was on Twitter. I was looking through Wynn's Twitter and I saw a set of screenshots of this particularly awful person who had, it turns out I knew this awful
who
had harassed a YouTuber that I like. And here's the thing. The first comment on that set of, like, you know, this like comment, this sort of post of shame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Was a joke comment by one of my other friends who I swear to God
Swear to God, what?
does not know at all. Like, it's one, like a totally different part of my friend's
serendipity
commenting on that. Yeah, and it was really funny because I hadn't talked to people, like, so we had like a little back and forth. I meant to like PM them today.
Yeah, you can do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I was having a pretty. Yeah, like yeah.
We've all had.
Today was a day.
We've all had days. Why is the game
I've only
not
really
starting?
been up since 3. I've only really been up since 3:30, and I've still managed.
I've been up since 8 a.m., which is
Oof.
very early for me. But my sleep schedule's been 9 kinds of fucked lately, so.
Yeah, same.
That makes 3 of us.
Ah, you're
Ooh.
back. Okay. I will go back to the menu then, because I did not do anything in this game yet.
Let me go on ahead and get the game running.
Alright, I'll send you an invite in the meantime.
But yeah, like.
Oh,
A no on the other game that we were supposed to be playing, or...
Oh, I completely fucking forgot about that. We'll do that next week. Because we don't really have the time now, I don't think.
Chaos reigns.
Yeah. I kinda just need to decompress, honestly, so, like... I'm fine with just spending the next hour and change playing more ROR.
Chaos reigns. I'm just gonna, like, put on a fox costume.
Please don't put on a fox costume for any reason.
Why not?
Slayer.
Because I'm cosplaying anti-correct.
I'm cosplaying myself at all times.
Like,
And then
I'm just, you know, that's the point of my existence. After that,
and then at last you can finally die.
I was gonna say that then I'd have to, like, figure it out myself and create my own life, like, you know, some kind of Sartre, Camus kind of deal. Although Camus would argue that, you know, there is no inherent meaning, and it's just a matter of you know, accepting the.
Hold the floor.
What?
Nothing.
I thought that The Stranger was the most pretentious shit when I was in high school.
The Stranger works so much better when it's just like if you know, honestly, the thing about The Stranger, I did not care for The Stranger, but if you read it as like, I don't know, it's like the last paragraph is the best.
It's been like 5 years since I read it, and oh god.
Sorry.
And all I remember is that the protagonist character, Mersault, his whole thing is that he like basically just feels nothing, has no empathy, and
he's hollow.
Kills a guy.
Yeah.
For no particular
Mama!
reason, just because it was
Just kill the man.
Yeah, but basically, yeah, he's this deep person who, because he feel anything, wonders if killing somebody will actually make him feel something, and so he just does it. And he realizes he doesn't. And it's like, I don't
know what this book is, but it sounds pretty fucking dull. Like,
yeah, it's like not a particularly, it's somehow simultaneously plodding and deeply uncomfortable.
I mean,
like,
17-year-old me hated it, so
like
I get
trust
finding it
Old
boring.
Trey's taste. I trust it well enough to be like, yeah, it probably wasn't that good. At least
I mean, like, the thing
for
is,
me
like,
as the type of person,
the thing is,
type of
everybody
person and the
knows,
type of reader I am. Yeah.
the thing is, everybody knows L'Étranger, but like, nobody who likes Camus actually call favorite of his works.
Camus Tale?
Excuse me. But like, and that's the weird thing to me, is like, everybody knows this one because it's like a prototypical absurdist work, and it's, strike, but it's not in literary terms, his best book, nor is it the best summation of his philosophy.
Remarkably, though, I do think that it wasn't the worst book that I was assigned in high school. That honor goes to Ayn Rand. So
you had to read a fucking Ayn Rand novel in high school?
Anthem, probably.
It was just Anthem. It wasn't the Fountainhead or Atlas Shrugged, thank God.
But isn't Anthem
I've
really
heard from,
long too?
Multiple people like the Fountainhead is actually kinda alright.
The thing about Anthem is that even though it's like not by any stretch of the imagination a long work, it's only like 200 pages at the most. It is the slowest bullshit that anyone has ever written. And
I recall a friend of mine had read it, and he said that it was fine until the big rant about the word I, and it was like, why did you put this in here? I am so dumb.
Yeah.
I did just realize that fucking person that came in interrupted our conversation about Fooly Cooley, and I never got to finish my thoughts on it. But I suppose that's not super important.
What conversation were we having again?
The one about Fooly Cooley's sequels.
Yeah, oh yeah, like with deconstruction and
such. This has been a very ranty episode.
Yeah, like,
yeah.
I think the first time I've heard, like, Trey get angry about something.
I mean...
but I mean, also, like, the Stranger...
I have reason to be angry.
Okay, fair. Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair.
In the Stranger's case, it's just because it was assigned to me as like a high school student. I think I would have liked it better if it weren't something that I had to read.
Yeah, it's like not something I'm super fond of, but it's like the very last paragraph, really, it is actually chilling. Because it's like him... So you know how it ends.
I have never read this book, and in fact, I don't think I've ever heard of it before today.
Albert Camus' The Stranger, yeah, it was written in the 50s. It's,
Every high
or
school...
40s, I think.
Every book that gets assigned in high school was written in the 40s or 50s. Or it's like some fucking Shakespeare play.
Yeah.
I mean, the Gatsby was written in like the 20s, though, right?
That's
yeah,
true.
20s or 30s.
The earlier half of the 20th century, we'll say. I think the latest... I'm trying to think. Because there were books that I read in high school, like from the library and stuff, that were written later than that, but I don't think I was actually assigned any. Like, what did I have to read?
Oh, hey,
I had to read, I had to read The Great Gatsby, I had to read Catcher in the Rye, which I fucking hated Catcher in the Rye. I didn't actually...
I never got that far.
I didn't actually read Great Gatsby. I'm gonna be the
contrarian here. I actually liked it, and I liked.
There's lots of people. There's lots of
have
people
any problem
who
with it. I just didn't find it that compelling.
There's lots of people who like Catcher in the Rye. I think again, it's one of those things where I would not have minded it so much if I hadn't been made to read it.
Hello?
What?
Not sure if I caught all that.
From who? Hello?
Jane?
Is it doing this again?
Huh.
What's going on?
Fuck's sake.
Okay, I heard a hello.
Hello?
What the heck?
Hi. Can either of you hear me?
Hi.
I can hear you now.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm gonna fucking find the people who are in charge of developing Discord, and I'm gonna fight them in person.
Okay.
Because this is now the second...
Full fight me IRL?
This is the second stream in a row now where it's happened that you two randomly suddenly stop being able to hear me.
Yeah.
And it's not... Like, I don't think it's my internet, because everything else is working fine.
Like anything that's wrong on my end, it's my end. It's like that is.
Well, but it's
like,
not. It's
that's
not just you though.
but,
It's
like,
Trey too.
But that's what I'm saying. With you guys, though, it's usually like with you, Jane. It's usually Discord.
Yeah.
I've noticed. It's like you have problems with Discord. I don't generally have serious problems with Discord, but I have problems with the internet, and Trey occasionally has problems with that and other stuff going.
Yeah. I don't know.
Man, where the hell is the teleporter?
The heliporter. But
The heliporter.
like.
Would you be able to turn the screen share back on to
Yeah.
like see things?
Admittedly, I almost wonder if that's part of the problem. Like maybe it's trying to send too much data at once, and it's like getting fucked up for that reason.
Oh god
But
damn.
let me just destroy this quick.
This is the fucking Jeremiah streams. It's like airing of grievances hour.
And it's Discord that's airing the
talked about
grievances.
Stuff that's actually been making my week miserable. And I'm not going.
Just
But
like
man.
yeah, we've been having a real time here tonight. Like, I almost wonder if, like, I don't know. Because, like, my roommate, I think, is playing some online game right now. Maybe that's causing problems, but that, I don't know. Because, like,
I don't know, possibly.
she plays games with CC all the time, and there's no issue, so, like, I don't think that would be
I mean,
it.
streaming and she's doing stuff.
I guess.
Could
I found
be.
it, by the way. It's tucked in back there.
Okay.
Who
It
knows?
could be that the triple combination of both of us doing an online game, and me on Discord, and me screen sharing on Discord, and me streaming. Also, that's not a triple combination, that's like 5 things.
That's a lot of...
That is a lot of things to send through the old tubes, so I don't know. Maybe we will end up having to relegate Risk of Rain to Saturdays if that continues to be an issue. But I don't know. Did we have this? Did we have these issues when we mostly did Gungeon in the first half of the segment, like the first half of the show? I don't really remember.
Gungeon in the first half. We didn't do Gungeon today, but
I mean when we used to do that.
Do a lot more Gungeon.
Yeah,
not that I recall. I mean, I have because I always have it. But no.
Yeah.
Like you had far.
We do have the added factor of me being part of the actual gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, which is great.
I don't want to give that up though.
Right. Actually, my roommate has just informed me that she's not actually even online right now, so that's definitely not it then.
So it must be it might be a thing with Risk of Rain plus everything else.
It could be that the netcode for this is really inefficient. Is that a thing? I don't.
What is really inefficient?
The netcode? Is that a thing? Can it be?
I mean, yeah, it could be.
Be bad like that? I have no idea.
I don't think so, but I mean, the possibility is always there.
There are certain things that do eat a weird amount of bandwidth.
Although, now that I think of it, the couple times I've streamed Risk of Rain, on Fridays and Saturdays with people, I haven't really had these same problems. It must be a really specific combination of factors, I think.
That's possible. That's weird.
Maybe next week we'll do Dead Cells for the first half or something instead.
Maybe it's
see if that's any better.
Maybe it's also the time.
It could be.
I wonder.
I don't know.
Something related maybe to this.
The what?
The actual server on which the game is running.
Possibly.
There's some weird shit up with that.
I don't know.
It's
been
probably
been a night.
Multiple things. Yeah.
It's been a day.
As I said, don't need to listen to that Billy Woods album, but
day in a week and a month and a year. Yep.
A day, a week, and a year. It's
there's a hole at the bottom of the sea. No.
Good.
Oh man.
Oh god. Remember when we thought that
throwback.
We as a society, not necessarily we as individuals, but remember when people thought that Family Guy was funny?
Dimly, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I used to kind of think Family Guy was funny. I still think there's parts of it that have held up okay.
There are parts.
But there's also long stretches that are just
The crazy part is that I don't even feel like Seth MacFarlane is that bad a writer and everything. It's just that it's so inconsistent.
Yeah, I mean, well, to be fair, there are many writers on Family Guy, so maybe that's part of it.
Of course, yeah.
But
that's part of it.
I actually think it's weird. People used to complain about the cutaway gags. I actually think those are the best part of the show, by far. I don't know how popular that opinion is, but I think that they're pretty funny.
Yeah, a lot of the dumbest gags are not the cut gag. Are things that are integrated directly into the plot or character related.
Yeah, there's this one. I don't even remember which episode it was. But somebody mentions Benjamin. What the fuck was that? Shredney, did you see that? Because I do have the screen share back up now, I think.
There was, I know, I have been watching up an orange ball.
Yeah, I think what happened is I have my flamethrower on and, the camera clipped, like this.
Yeah.
That was spooky. But, what I was saying, there's this gag where somebody mentions Benjamin Disraeli, and it just cuts to him in an office writing something on a piece of paper, and he just goes, "You have no idea who I am." Sure.
That's actually really fucking good.
I mean, at the time, I
was.
did not.
Like, just, I mean, if you're going to, like, make a joke at the expense of your audience, and, like, you know, if they, it should at least be, yeah, like, that's a pretty good one. You know, like, because, I mean, it's entirely possible that, but if they do, that's almost funny.
Yeah.
Like, it's when you, like, you're like, oh, yeah, the Prime Minister of England who is involved in the development of one nation conservatism. And it's like...
Ah, yes, quite.
one of the most important statesmen of, you know, the 19th century.
Also the, I think, only British Prime Minister of Jewish descent.
Yeah.
Like, his dad was Jewish,
like,
but then
with a name
converted
like
to Catholicism.
Benjamin Disraeli.
Yeah.
How do you get more Jew with the name than Benjamin
y'all know more than I.
Disraeli?
Yeah, I mean, like in the United States, it's obviously not as well known a figure, because, like, you know.
Yeah, he's really important to, like, stuff involving colonialism, for better and worse.
I honestly don't know a ton about the guy, to be completely frank.
Like, it's notable for the fact that actually on stuff like labor policy was, you know, what we would call, well, very liberal. You know, he was actually very, you know, he was pretty okay with unionization and things like that, which was, you know, like, despite being what, you know, classified as conservative, but he was more like, the politics that Disraeli operated within are not...
The impression
really
I have gotten
common.
is that he's kind of a British analog to, like, Teddy Roosevelt or something.
Yeah, like that his political situation does not exist anymore.
Yeah.
And while there are people with opinions like him still around, it's like they don't really... You don't see that in, like, mainstream politics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's a very particular school of, like...
Hard Knocks.
You know... Like...
Of Hard Knocks.
God damn.
Of Hard
like,
Knocks.
that whole school of, like, you know... Very Sort
of what?
I don't know, like... I guess you see a little of it, but it's like that particular kind of, like, you know, socially liberal protectionism-oriented, very military form of conservatism.
Yeah. You know.
Like, that exists, but it's not common.
You know how it is. On this bitch of an earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
How it be?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't trust the bee in apartment 23.
Ecstasy to the orb.
Or do not question the orb.
Oh.
No, it's like,
On
you know,
orb.
ecstasy to the orb. The, sovereign has arrived.
Oh. On orb.
I'm jealous of your wings. You
Let's
bug
fear,
person, you.
receive her emperor.
Godspeed you, bug emperor.
But your
Godspeed,
wings,
bug.
they're beautiful.
What is that from again?
It's not from any one thing. It was like an old fan fiction trope in, like, the fucking 90s.
I know, but I have heard an actual thing. I'm pretty
Maybe in, like, an abridged series or something that would be inclined to parody something like that.
No, I've seen it unironic.
I'm not sure, then.
Can
But
we
your wings,
obliterate
they're
the
beautiful.
concept of... Can we obliterate the concept of Mary
Of what?
Mary
Sue?
Sue's.
Let
Like the way it's
people's
been used now.
Let people's OCs be as overpowered and ridiculous and wonderful as they want them.
Fair enough.
I I mean,
Also,
yeah, it's.
I
fanfic,
initially
it's
thought you
but-
said obliterate the concept of Dr. Seuss.
No, let's not obliterate Doctor. He was pretty good.
Dr. Seuss
Also,
is
his,
allowed.
Like that political cartoon he did of about how why about who wanted to ignore the atrocities of Nazi Germany is just so fucked up. Love.
Oh no.
It did it to me again.
It did it to him, and not in a good way.
Ah.
Well, I guess I'm on my own now.
Factor X gonna give it. It gonna give it to you. Gonna give it.
The way that it ended up doing it was.
Trey?
I think I can hear you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, you're back.
I hear
I think.
Jane.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, everyone can hear each other. It's just that for a second there was this weird moment of quiet.
Yeah.
While I was being kicked out, I looked at the camera and saw the engineer's face, and he just looks at me with the glasses, and we're like, oh god.
Oh,
we shared a moment.
Sharing a fucking moment.
A moment here with you.
I'm hanging by a moment here with you. Who was that again? That song?
That was the one that was neither Creed nor The Calling. I forget their name.
It wasn't. It was that band that was popular at a time when bands like Lit were popular.
Yeah.
Lifehouse?
Lifehouse! Yes! I
It
think.
was?
I
Really?
think. That sounds right.
One of those really generic post bands.
Hey. Weekly dunk on my stepdad time. My stepfather was a big fan of Lifehouse.
Oh man.
He had
It's
their
not like
album
they are-
on
Nope.
CD.
Well, it'd be worse if it were on vinyl.
I don't think bands like Lifehouse get their records pressed on vinyl.
I know, but somehow, if he somehow did, that'd work.
I've talked before about how my stepfather was some kind of weird, anti-hipster. Thinking that Back to the Future was the best video ever, or best movie ever. I guess a movie.
I mean,
Back to the Future
that's
on-
just the objective truth.
Oh my god.
I'm going to use the bathroom quick, and then I'm going to figure out what exactly we're going to do here, since this seems to be causing issues.
I think I'm going to race to the restroom myself.
Okay.
Trey, it is up to you.
Okay.
It is up to you to do the following, which is say that you follow what I'm saying right now. Saying something, but I don't know where it's going. So you're just falling into the woods here. Okay, go with me on this journey. Well, Okay, Wilderness of a post-punk revival band? Wait a second. And they sound a lot like Public Limited, who are not to be confused with Public Enemy, who did Bring Them... And this harsh... Well, my mom really hates the term harsh noise wall because it makes her viscerally uncomfortable because she immediately imagines what that would look like. And so now I'm thinking of a wall of hands from Repulsion, and then Roman Polanski, not a good dude. Dude, King of the Dudes, Dude Ranch.
Dude, where's my car?
Dude, where's my car? But if you cross
Ashton Kutcher.
ranch dressing in the 90s. You're gonna
John
have a bad
Cryer.
time. You're gonna have a bad time. Undertale. Start
Sam's the
humming
skeleton.
Undertale music. Okay, no. Do something less off. Good. Just keep that up.
God. I don't want to keep doing Death by Glamour. I think I'm gonna do Medicine.
Medicine, home instead, because I want to. That song is in my head. It goes da 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 On my desk, I've got copies of Destiny 2, Watch Dogs 2, Horizon 3? No, Forza Horizon. Yes, Forza Horizon 2. The Crew 3, The Crew 2, and BioShock the Collection, which has BioShock 2, and BioShock Infinite. In my case of CDs, DVDs, etc., I have copies of The Forbidden Kingdom starring Jackie Chan and Jet Li, SSX3 by EA Sports Bit, Beauty and the Beast by Disney, PlayStation All-Stars Battle Royale by Superbot Entertainment and Sony, Arthur and the Invisibles 2 and 3, Karas the Revelation, which is distributed by Manga Entertainment, which is owned by Stars. That being said, I do not know. I have not seen that movie or like OVA, I guess, so I couldn't tell you what the hell it's about. I think powered suits of armor, maybe. Skate 3 by EA and Black Box, who are a studio that was owned by EA and based in Vancouver, Canada, but it no longer exists anymore. And a pirated copy of Rayman 2, The Great Escape by Ubisoft for my Dreamcast. It is pirated because I had already bought the game twice. And
Hey.
I already...
Trey?
Hey. Hello.
I'm back. What's going on?
I'm copying what Shredney was doing just before he departed to go potty. Which in his case it was just pure word association. I am rattling off nonsense about the pieces of media that are on my desk, including but not limited to Footability 2, which is a soccer training video hosted by Rivers Guthrie and Chris Martinez. It appears to be distributed independently by Footability LLC, and it teaches kids how to increase their technical speed, improve their comfort level on the ball, instill their confidence to be creative, and inspire them to reach their full potential. Also, we have a copy of Uncharted 2 by Naughty Dog for the PlayStation 3. Most Wanted, which is a remake of an older game in the Need for Speed series by Criterion Games, who were after that game came out, it was split into two different studios. One still called Criterion, and the other ended up being called Ghost.
Of course.
Soul Calibur 4 for the PS3 by Bandai Namco. That's it.
You know, it's that way sometimes.
It'd be like that.
So yeah, since
what? Really? What?
What?
Damn it!
What?
Shredney?
Not it.
Hi, Shredney.
Nose go.
So yeah, I was just the theme song to the 1995 Berserk. Why not?
You know?
Do people remember that version of it?
Yes, I mean the original Berserk is like really good. Like,
is it the beloved version compared?
Yeah, that's the beloved version. That's the one that everybody
compared to the reviled 2017, I think. remake?
Yeah, 2017 to right now.
Did you know that that is by the same studio that did Magical Girl Special Ops Asuka?
This does not surprise me.
Leiden
Also, it's the same
Films.
direct. Also, inexplicably, it's the same director as Take-Two. Well, actually, it's not inexplicable because that guy, they probably brought him in because they wanted to manage, like he's good at managing a small team with, like, tight deadlines. But the problem is they kind of screwed him over because, like, it's clearly a show done by a small team with really bad scheduling. Like,
Shredney, you missed me rattling off my random media knowledge by reading and espousing information.
Hey!
On,
Hey, gang!
Stuff
Hey, gang!
Yeah?
I was gonna be like, hey, we're gonna play some Isaac because Risk of Rain seems to be having problems. I started the game, accidentally.
And it auto-killed you.
I accidentally hit the use item button, and whatever I had immediately killed me.
Oh. Oh boy.
That was pretty good. I saw that happen. Like, oh wow.
I need to set my controls up real quick because this is
We're
not,
going through it tonight.
Yeah, apparently.
Okay.
Like,
But so random media knowledge. No, not knowledge.
Yes, I was reading off some of the stuff that I have on my desk, and I would do it more to illustrate how I was matching your frantic, almost like panicked tone of voice like that you had just as you were signing off initially. And I could do more, but I think that it would probably drive Jane mad.
please, just... I just want to have a normal last hour of the show.
There's no such thing on this show.
Normal.
Look, I know normal is relative, but come on.
Okay, fair enough. So
I would like to find something to actually talk about though, because I don't talk.
Anything.
That being said, finding things to talk about is hard. I like comic books.
Comic books are good. I should read, like, IDW relaunched their Transformers line a couple months ago. I should read some of that.
There's a very chill comic book place that's, like, you know, down on Main Street in Manayunk that I should visit more. Unfortunately, they didn't have, like, they had, like, I think the first omnibus volume of Troll, but I really kind of wanted, like, more. I kind of wanted, like, the whole thing.
I
from,
don't
Grant Morrison's
know
run.
if comic shops generally carry, like, whole omnibuses. I think they might be more of a bookstore thing.
Oh no, they do.
Possibly. I'm not
I saw
100%
like
sure, honestly.
I saw like big first volume omnibus of Berserk.
Oh, okay. Well, what do I know? I
So
guess.
like they do. So like I mean, and I did see a few other things like the complete Akira.
Complete what?
Akira.
Ah. Okay.
You know the one that the movie's based
Yeah,
on?
yeah. No, you cut out in the second syllable of that, so I wasn't sure what you said.
Sorry. Yeah, Akira. Everyone calls it Akira, but if you listen to the audio, it's Akira.
Shredney. Listen.
Akira.
It's Akira in North America, okay?
Canada.
Yeah, but it's like,
Tetsuo.
but it's like in those weird
Stella!
moments where there's like the little bell and then it's like,
Donkey.
Akira.
Akira.
It's just like, yeah. Then again, like most people have seen it in that really questionable old dub. I actually
Tetsuo!
I've seen part of like the. There was a newer dub that had Johnny Young Bosch in it that were apparently pretty good.
They showed
What?
it at
Also,
my
it's a coolant in there right
No.
they showed it at my school's like theater
Hi.
that we've got
What?
like on campus,
Thank
and
you.
I believe that was the version that they had.
Oh,
the Johnny
the,
Young Bosch dub.
The new dub, yeah. I have actually good things about the new dub, and like, even from people who complain about Funimation a lot.
Although, as far as their other showings of like anime films and such, they mostly stuck with subs for everything else that I saw.
Oh yeah.
What are we talking about?
Akira.
And my school having showings of it in Ghibli films, because that is a thing that they did. I kind of miss being a college student.
Studio Ghibli.
Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I got the chance to see Mononoke remastered there, and then also I think they had last semester it was Spirited Away 2, and then God, what was the other one? It might have been Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh, and Mononoke Hime, or Princess Mononoke. Speaking of movies that have CG...
Fredney. You did not just fucking call Princess Mononoke Hime, which is just literally Japanese for Princess Mononoke.
Well, actually, literally, it's more like...
I'm going to come through the screen like the chick from The Ring and fight you.
It's like really... Like, no. Like, the Hime part is just princess, but the thing...
Babe, I can't hear you.
Like
CC's trying to interject witty commentary, but I can't hear her.
Oh my god.
But I was gonna say that, like, Hime is just princess, right? Or lady.
Cherry?
But the thing is that...
I don't know.
Oh.
Like, the implication of Mononoke and, like, the way it's placed in the thing, what it means is... It's like, people interpret it as almost like her name, but it, like, well, you already see. It's like, what it means is she is princess of Mononoke, or among the Mononoke.
Well, then wouldn't it be Mononoke Princess, which is just...
Yeah, it's closer, that's closer to what it means.
Same two words, but flipped around. What?
Yeah, that's a little closer to it. Yeah. Or she's a princess and a Mononoke.
I think that easily my favorite recent example of an anime having a different name in English-speaking markets is...
oh no, Glitter Force?
No. Fuck that. Is Hitori Bochi, which...
Okay.
The English market title is just the Japanese market title, but inexplicably two of the words are stuck together.
Oh, yeah. But that's because actually the word Hitoribochi, as in not the name character, is one word, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but like in the Japanese market, it is spelled as two words. And then
which is
in
just
the
like,
English market,
also,
they stuck them together for reasons unknown.
Because they needed to ruin.
It's just strange. What's up, Trey?
And also, especially considering that, like,
Shredney.
English name order would
Shred
fuck
me.
up the pun. Sorry, Trey. Yeah, Trey?
So, as far as Princess Mononoke goes, I feel like once you've seen the movie, it's kind of hard to, like, intentionally mess up the name of the main character by calling her Princess Mononoke as opposed to San!
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, true.
I have never seen that
San.
film, actually. I've seen most Ghibli movies, but not that one.
It is actually legit really good.
It's a good one.
It is also distressing and a little soul-hurting in places. But it has a positive ending while still making you feel all the feelings.
Wow, spoilers for Princess Mononoke, which came out in like... When did that come out?
1999.
19 what?
1990. Either 90.
I'm sorry, Shredney. You turned into a robot, and what you ended up
Would
saying
you like to repeat that for the
was
class?
1990, which is not a year that's going to happen for a long time.
No. 1999, 98, I remember precise.
I don't think that's true, but okay. Sure.
What?
Huh?
What was true?
My brother is spouting nonsense.
Oh dear. Oh, 97? Gee.
With a special guest appearance from Bailey Whatever.
I didn't know that Princess Mononoke was
How many
in
times
97.
have you been
Oh,
able
Heinz
to
has said Mononoke
I don't know, sir.
is my...
If I have how many pancakes can we fit?
11-4.
No,
What is
purple
that?
because Brazilians don't wear hats.
Oh, yeah, my favorite...
What
oh,
is
yeah,
happening
it is-
in your room right now,
But what
Trey?
about the coffee cups?
You have to flip those upside down
Okay, and the
so that you can put the ice cream on top of it.
and the magazine.
Why does Davey have so many
Those
soaps?
you take the back cover so that you only have one.
All right.
I think I
Fair
just
enough.
witnessed art. Overheard art.
Yeah. It feels like I was listening to a sample that'd be in the background of a hip-hop track.
About coffee cups being flipped over?
Yeah, like one of those inexplicable samples that's in really spacey instrumental hip-hop, like a bit of dialogue that you have no context for.
I guess, yeah.
And there's just maybe there is a reason it's there, but it's it's more for aesthetic in a way.
Now, who would ever do something like that and put that in a song? Who would ever do such a thing?
Who would ever be so?
I have no idea.
Oh yeah, I have an album coming out on Saturday. That's a thing.
Yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
I miss making music. I'm gonna start again at some point.
Me too. I've got instruments in the house, though.
I've got
So I actually
horses
have
in the
been
back.
writing.
I
I'm
want a
sorry.
microphone. A real one. For real boys. But the thing about it is that requires money.
Yeah. I'd send you my blue Nessie if it worked, but it is very temperamental. I can get it to work like 1 out of every 10 times I plug it in. And I do not think it would survive shipping.
Might just have to grab my own then.
Yeah.
Like, not necessarily the Nessie, but I have been thinking about Blue as a brand
I
since,
have a bunch of old ass microphones, but they're kind of weird, and also I need to do some wiring, soldering stuff to get them to plug into modern things.
Modern anything, yeah.
Yeah, I'm talking old, I actually, because stuff my uncle left me, I have old radio and early studio mics and stuff, Lion, the kind where they have a button that you press, for old intercoms and shit.
Man, I would want something like that.
And I've also found things like that in thrift stores, and I've picked up, and
I forget the guy's name, but the primary producer for the rapper Eugen Blackrock, he said that something he does is he has a bunch of old microphones, and when he's sampling something, what he'll do is he'll record it and then play it back through one of those microphones, and then record that to make it sound more like
old,
muffled, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, to get it to be
F.
just the right crispiness level of lo-fi.
Yeah.
That is some bullshit I would.
What was the other thing he said he did? Apparently sometimes he'll, wrap the microphones in, a bunch of old socks, which is
No,
great.
I understand that. This is, stuff I ripped up, composer Alvin Luce.
You've turned into a robot again.
I would do
Shred.
stuff.
Signal degree.
Can I be understood now?
Yes.
Alright.
Oh,
Okay, what I was
no,
saying is...
wait, I think... can you say, howdly doodly?
Howdily doodly.
There you go. Now you're good.
Doodly howdily.
Hold on a second.
Okay.
Have I? No, okay, it actually is in the center. Go on.
So back when I was younger, I steal a lot of ideas musically from the composer Alvin Lucier, who had a piece called "I Am Sitting in a Room."
Yeah, I've heard that before.
It is one of my favorite conceptual and it's just a guy. The reason why Alvin Lucier did it was because he had a really horrible stutter, and so in order to make the stutter disappear, he thought, how can I erode the sounds of my voice so I just have the rhythm? And that's all, what he did was he just had 2 tape recorders, and he recorded himself saying a monologue, played it back into the room, and recorded on the other one, played that back into the room and recorded on the original tape recorder, back and forth over and over again until you can't understand his voice. And there's just the sound of the room rip.
Yeah,
It's really cool. And I actually did stuff like that on a few of my very early recording when I was a teenager.
Shredney? Go on, Trey.
Yes?
Go on, Trey. It's fine.
My earliest recordings were made with a microphone that I took from the video game Rock Band.
Huh.
Oh, neat.
Do those actually
used to play
function
that
as
a lot.
microphones? I guess they must
they
have. I've
do.
never really thought about it, though.
Yeah, deadass. If you listen to stuff like my cover of 909 or the vocals I did on V3I, both of them were done with one of those dinky little
Yeah, they're
mics
as Heinz says, they're USB mic. I mean,
yeah,
they are functional. I am error.
Nothing to write home about as far as quality goes, but they get the job done.
Well, yeah, it doesn't need to be. Yeah, it doesn't need to be hi-fi to work.
Yeah.
But I mean, and it's a classic necro move, serious, black metal production kind of thing. I used their button, and then recorded everything else on a memo micro.
Y'all ever just...
Which I also did!
Y'all ever just record your entire debut album with, a fucking Radio Shack microphone?
In a cave with a box of scraps.
Yeah, that's that is the aesthetic.
There's been, papers written about what exactly DJ Screw did to the tapes that he played in his mixes. Because it was just slowing them down. It was,
he did a lot of
more complicated than that.
The core thing is, of course, him using 100-minute cassette and then taking...
Huh?
I said, I'm just depositing my change. Don't mind me, I'm invisible and they're audible.
Ha!
No.
Change goes...
Well, one of those things is true, but I can see you.
Change goes...
Huh?
Change goes...
I am not a ghost. Yet.
I was talking
I am the box ghost.
Oh.
But, oh god, what was I gonna... Oh, yeah, it's the farting baby.
He farts. Yeah, that's what
does.
it says.
It does say that, doesn't it?
Best item in the game, bar none.
So, oh no, what was I thinking? Yeah. But yeah, intentionally using, weird equipment to record things but okay, no, what I was gonna say quickly, oh yeah, I remember. I was also gonna say, Part of the DJ Screw thing was, of course, that he would use a C90 cassette to record the main thing, and then he would play it at the speed of a C100 to fill a C100, and then distribute it. But that's only like one part of what he did.
What's a C100?
It's a 100-minute cassette rather than a 90.
Oh.
They're not as good. But apparently they were common enough that that's how he dubbed most of his cassettes.
You know what I dub? The.
Okay, I guess I've been knighted.
Yes.
Sir Shredney of Ferretkin.
Oh dear. Yeah.
You have defeated the ferret. We anoint you the big ferret.
Yeah.
Did you know that in Japan, Shredney 2 was called Weasel Weasel Panic?
Oh my god.
Is there an issue? Is there an issue, Shredney?
I'm broken.
Just like
Just
this
broken.
stream tonight, huh?
Yes, we're all fucking broken, man.
I think
Just-
that
Oh,
I think
man.
that the American localization of Planet Jane that was released to YouTube was kind of released under the name Social Kitty Cat.
Hey, don't go airing out my old fucking Yahoo email name like that. Not that I have access to that account anymore anyway, but you know.
It is actually what you your videos are under on YouTube still though.
Yeah, if you like go to
Whoa!
the thing.
I follow you and I didn't notice.
It's not visible because I changed the channel name a long time ago. You have to do. It's like the URL or something, right? It still says that.
Yeah, it's the URL.
Because
still, yeah.
that goes with whatever your original account name was, and I made my YouTube account in like 2009 or something stupid, if not even earlier than that.
Farm remembers.
Yeah.
I mean, there are still vestiges of the internet, TV tropes mostly, where my username occasionally shows up as Trainwreck still. Not often, but good lord.
My
TR.
Spain Sun account still exists on TV Tropes. It somehow never got deleted.
I was a narcissistic boy.
My profile page is not there anymore. Somebody deleted
Yeah.
it like a couple years ago, basically out of
Probably,
spite,
like,
I think.
What?
Like I said basically out of spite, I think.
Yeah, probably Fight Here, because Fight Here is a chat.
I don't remember if it was him, but somebody, like, the editorial note was, like, banned handle, probably never coming back. I was like, okay, fine, then be that way.
Yeah, he's just... But, like, yeah, he's just like a walking ball of spite and pretension.
He's like a middle manager, but not at a company. It's very strange.
Yeah, it is really, yeah. Like, contrary to, a lot of people, like, there are plenty of, mods there who I don't have a huge problem with, but Fight Here is a very distinct exception.
Man, this episode has gone into territory.
Yeah, like, I kind of forget he exists, and I say that despite the fact that I do occasionally drop into the TV Tropes forum still.
I do too.
I mean,
Yeah.
and, like, I forget that he exists because, I don't know, I don't think he got, like, demoted or anything, but he, like...
I just don't think
he
he's
mostly
really
just-
around anymore.
Yeah, and he mostly, I think he mostly sticks wiki side to begin with.
Yeah.
So, like... Which, he's, like, not the worst. Wiki's... He's just, like, actually interacting with him direct is annoying and irksome.
And
oh
that's
my
how
God,
all
it's
three of
really
us got
funny.
banned
I
from the
get
TV
banned
Tropes
if
forums again.
Battle.
That old fucking comic somebody made of, like, Fast Eddie sitting in the bushes with a pair of binoculars.
No, like, to be honest, like, Fight Here is more like the kind of guy who would do that.
Yeah. That was like after
Fast-
somebody got banned for no stated reason, I think. I don't
Oh yeah, Fast
It was
Eddie
like many years ago when the world was young.
Oh, it was because what happened was Triple H, who was a nice dude, who had been on the content violations board, resigned from it, and he mentioned he had had a something awful account for a while, but he wasn't like a regular, and he just sort of explained his grievances there, but like not in an aggressive way or anything. He was just like, I do
Shredney.
have some basic problems.
Shredney,
Yeah.
to put this as politely as possible, I don't know if I want this on my show.
Yeah, basically all I'm saying is that he got banned
for
that.
no good reason, basically, yeah.
Yeah, like he wasn't even bad-mouthing the site. He was just frustrated.
You know how
Like-
it is.
Like, I can't... Basically, it was just like, I can't really do this anymore, and I'm a little exasperated. And, like...
And then he went to somebody's Twitch page and demanded a public forum for his grievances.
Oh no!
What the hell even happened to Fast Eddie after, like, he got bought?
Dude, like, the guy retired and just vanished.
He's gone.
I don't know.
He's gone.
I kind of wonder if he's even still alive. Like,
He's probably still alive.
Just-
I just think that
just
he,
took the
you
money
know,
and
smartly
ran.
avoids most of the internet.
Like, I don't know. He allegedly owns, like, a boat. Maybe he just spends his days at sea now.
Oh my god, that would... Actually, yeah, that would make sense. Like, he finally realized internet is not a place for a very angry...
A very angry
Just-
man in his 50s? Not really.
with very thin skin.
Yeah.
And just decided I'm gonna be on my... Which
I
is
do
like...
find-
I'm gonna call this
Valid,
episode Fast Eddie, and nobody can stop me.
I do find myself wondering if they ended up giving him like a cut of the ad revenue still or not. But like if they did, then my dude is eating.
Yeah, I don't know though. They've started getting like real persistent about you not using ad
Oh,
blockers,
yeah.
which is not generally a good sign for a site's financial health.
Oh, yeah. It's been... Yeah. Also, like... Weird. Like, I've been observing the music forum because that's, like, the only forum I go there to pretty much anymore. And, but also I occasionally check in Writer's Block, and both of them have been in serious decline.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, linear forums in general have been on a downward trend for years now.
I mean,
And,
true, but
like-
it's, like, particularly bad. Like,
Yeah, well,
compared-
stuff like, I feel like most people who want to discuss music nowadays do it on, like,
Discord.
a larger platform, like a Discord
Oh.
or, like, a Reddit or something like that. And most people who are writers who are looking for advice are also gonna go to, like, either a Discord or, like, Tumblr or something like that.
Discord, Tumblr, Reddit, LiveJournal, even still. Like, there are people who still do have live.
Well, yeah, but I don't know about, like, younger people necessarily.
Like, contrary to what you would think, like, there are still people who use, like, really old-ass blogging platforms simply for, like, aesthetic reasons and because what's left of their, communities there are actually fairly...
Yeah, you know.
Like, and that's mostly, like, the writing people I know. Like,
Boy,
who
this
I'm still-
episode has been a journey.
I'm on, like, AHR and Areo's Discord.
Yeah.
They're chill.
She's like publishing her third novel soon, isn't she?
Yeah, I know, right? Like, HR is doing well for herself.
Wild.
Yeah. She apparently was in Philadelphia, and because I hadn't been, like... I'd kind of dropped out of, like, most of the Discords I'm in. Well, not, like, dropped out or anything. I'm still part of them. Like, that I
Hadn't
didn't
been
know until
talking
after.
much in yeah.
And it was like, oh, I'm sad, because it would have been cool to, like, you know, hang out or whatever.
Yeah.
If she had any time.
Was she doing like writerly things in Philadelphia?
I can't remember. It was like there was a thing. Like, but yeah, I don't know. Yeah, she seems to be doing well. There are a few other people from like that sphere who have like actually done reasonably well for themselves.
Yeah. Like, honestly, like, a lot of the people that I was really close with, I just, like, I have no idea, like, if I don't still talk to them, I have no idea what happened to them. Like, just, I won't name names, because this is technically a public video, and I don't want to, like, put anybody on blast.
On the spot?
Not on blast, but, like, I don't want to draw anybody undue attention, but there were a couple people I was close friends with that I have not spoken to since I was initially banned, like in like 2011.
Oof.
And I don't know whatever happened to them. They just vanished, basically. Including a lot of the people I used to do forum roleplays with. So there's a embarrassing admission from my past.
Oh man, that period. Oh my god, the fucking Wild West nature of that forum was. Oh, holy shit.
Yeah.
You know, I actually ended up being involved in one that was on the forum games part of it last year, because like I'm still a regular over at forum games, and let me tell you it's weird being like old guard there, considering that I'm not even that old.
Yeah.
And then also just the idea of being like the elder statesman of like the part of the forum where we just talk about each other's avatars and such. It's kind of
and
funny.
also it's so weird to like pop in there and like, you know, see the sort of people who are always sort of popping in there in TV tropes, because there's always like teenagers, and it's like I've seen some shit. And
yeah, like,
like
I go to Yak Fest occasionally, and like I recognize like maybe 2 or 3 of the couple dozen people that post there, and
oh no, there are plenty of people I recognize, but a lot of them aren't. But like, then there's like 1 or 2 people who've been there forever.
Yeah,
and then some of them I joined before some of those people were there.
It's just a
before
weird
significant
feeling.
number.
Yeah.
It is like I am. How is that? Is it that I can be like? Yeah, I can. It's just weird, man.
Yeah, and I get that same feeling whenever I see something from anything that was like popular back then during like the TV Tropes forums heyday. There was a fucking thing the other day where I guess the last like Argh novel is finally coming out.
Oh.
And and there's official art of like Argh as an adult and like the back cover, and that was a very strange feeling, cause that character was my age when I first watched the show, and if you like do the math there, would be my age now, and it's just like, I don't know, it's weird. It's a good picture. I like the picture, but it's just a strange feeling.
Like on TV tropes of essentially of like the people who followed the webcomic house pets and were essentially in denial about being furry. That was a
I don't remember that one. I don't think, but I was
and the guy
possibly
who was
not paying attention.
The guy who wrote that was on the forum, and like it's like denying that the guy is a furry is like, no, he never made any bones about it. You know, like, but like, you know, it was like,
You know who?
it was very popular with people who didn't want to admit that they were.
Hey, you know who did make bones about it?
Who?
Sam's. Cause he's a skeleton.
Shit! The old guard of Homestuck.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
Not
Yeah.
to Homestuck on Maine.
Extremely Homestuck on me. Oh my god, I remember so many of those people.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's funny. Like I sometimes like basically as a joke, and she's in on it. They're in on it rather. Like pretend to be bothered by Mala's Homestuckery, but anybody that was around for the first pass of that fandom knows that it is impossible to ever compete with how it used to be. In terms of just...
I mean, like, I didn't even encounter, like, anyone who was really bad. It's just that they were so intense and there were so many of them.
Yeah.
And the craziest bit in that regard is not only the whole thing that you mentioned earlier, Jane, with the whole growing up with it and watching the characters grow old as you do, but also the just having like the knowledge of what it was like before the like major event within the narrative hit that made it like blow up, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I remember being into it before Act 5, where like the trolls were like properly, and it became
wow.
a whole phenomenon.
I had friends who were in problem.
I was into
Yeah.
Haruhi
To be
before
fair.
Endless 8 happened, when
Wait a second.
when there was still hope in the world.
No, I can claim the ultimate. I can claim the ultimate Andrew Hussey hipster points.
What, his old
I had
fucking
a
Star
friend-
Wars videos, or Star Trek rather?
Well, no, I had a friend who was like a big fan of his
Of this what?
Humanimals comic.
I don't think
Oh,
I've ever
God.
even heard of that.
That was really her. Like
Oh,
we're
boy.
well over a decade.
But no, I was into Haruhi before Endless 8 happened. So that was a time.
I knew about Haruhi before Endless 8 happened.
Yeah, but I was actually like into it, and
Yeah.
God, what a fucking you two are familiar with that
I remember
whole
for people.
thing, right?
We've
Oh,
talked at length about the concept of it. Yes.
Okay.
I remember reading this really interesting thing, which was like the voice actor talking about how the English dub voice actors wanted to do a thing where, like, with each of the episodes, that they would, like, you know, do things like switch each other's voices or put on stupid accents for each of the episodes and just, like, play around with, like, what they were supposed to do and just have fun with it.
Yeah.
While still keeping all the lines the same. And the Japanese company, like, vetoed it all.
Yeah, like, fucking whoever... Oh, I forget the name of the director, but Kyoto Animation really thought they had something there. And I don't, for the life of me, I don't know why. Because it's like...
they could have had, like, some serious fun with the weird stuff, like the whole quality of that endlessly repeating aspect of it. You know what I mean? Like, they could have done something, but they barely did.
It's like... It's like the fucking anime equivalent of... I don't even know. Like... Lil Wayne's rock album? It's just...
Oh no.
It's just baffling on every level.
What? You know, I actually know a perfect analog here. There is a album that isn't actually an album. It's just one single repeated over and over by a band called Joywave. they did for the single release of Destruction. It came out around the same time as Kanye West's whole like build up to The Life of Pablo, and like it having the whole name change, where originally it was called Swish, but he changed the name after like the whole thing with I think Max or whatever.
Yeah, the Max B was it.
But Joywave ended up using the name Swish for this Joke album, which ended up being like the same song, which the actual title of the song is Destruction, but they for each individual track on this quote unquote album, it's one word in the sentence. Why be credible when you can be incredible? So it's just the same song 8 times, and then a bonus track called Life in a Bubble I Blew. But yeah, that's Endless 8.
True, but
except that you can experience that
in
much less time than you would experience Endless 8. That's like releasing multiple albums.
Also, like, that's a joke. I have never seen any indication that Endless 8 was anything but completely serious.
The thing is, I can understand the point of Endless 8, it's just that the execution seems dull.
You have to be high as fuck to think that that's a good idea, though. Like...
I mean, the idea of actually having, like, essentially the same events repeat themselves with subtle variations, and, like, if you played around with that a little and did some, like, weird, unsettling
I guess, but, like, at that
or,
point, it's no longer, like... Because, like, the thing... I guess this is the execution, but just, like, it's just the same 8 times!
That's my point. But that's my point. If you did, like, a thing where it seems like you're doing the same thing 8 times, but just subtly change it a little bit more and a little bit more, so by the end of it's something different, that'd be great. You know what I mean?
It would be better, at least.
Because then it's like you think it's going to be the same thing over and over again, and then it is...
It's at least something. Just...
Yeah, it's like...
I don't know.
Just like there's something a little bit off.
So many explanations for Endless 8 over the years, and I've found none of them particularly convincing.
Yeah, that doesn't mean that it was a good idea to do it the way that they did.
I kinda just think that everybody at KyoAni must have been high as fuck. I can't think of any other explanation.
No, see, like, people who are high as fuck, though, like, generally have, like, more creative ways of
I don't
doing
know,
bullshit
Shredney.
like
Maybe they were really boring drugs. Just... Dude, what if we just did the same thing 8 times?
Over and over.
Or they're trying to or they really were trying to troll.
No, that one is, like, the least sensical to me. 'Cause...
like, the deepest troll.
That's not... At that point, the people that you're playing the biggest prank on is yourself.
Yeah, you played your... You just
people had to draw that 8 times.
Oh, maybe it was, like, some weird, like... Maybe there was some kind of, like, weird thing going on with, like, a dispute between the like, director and the artist.
What'd you say, Trey?
The budget, maybe?
No, because, like, they still had to animate everything each time. Like, there was no actual reused footage.
It's just that they did
the same
episode.
Events. Like there's, like, different camera angles and shit, but, like, it's the same stuff that happens, but the actual footage is unique each time. The only two that are meaningfully different are the first one and the last one. Because the last one is where something actually happens and it moves forward,
if you
like,
just
a tiny
had the
bit.
first one and the last one,
that'd be fine. Yeah, like...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or, like, have one in the middle that's, like, different in, like, as I said, different in subtle ways. But there's, like, that kind of underlining the whole point of isn't like the point narrative-wise that there's like one character who's aware that everything is repeating
Yuki,
itself?
yeah, but I don't know. Like, I mean, the story that storyline is based off of is like 8 or 9 pages long in the book. Like,
Yeah, that's a little bizarre.
it's so fucking weird.
I will say the thing that Shredney mentions where it's slightly different each time, the Joywave album actually does do that, where like the beginning of the song is modified each individual time it plays before going into the song.
Yeah,
proper.
that's at least
But-
something. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know. Man, this has probably been our most inaccessible episode in a while.
I mean, but like,
We have to talk about, like, candy or something on the next episode.
or like, what,
What do mainstream people like? Boy bands!
Post Malone.
Post Malone.
You know, controversial opinion, and I kind of hate myself a little bit for it. I like his song "Wow," I do.
I've actually heard that from a couple of people who generally don't like Post
I
Malone.
don't think I've heard
And,
wow.
like-
I don't even think his music is that bad. He's just like an annoying person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, he's a very... Also, like, people considering him hip-hop rather than, like... He's more like, I don't know, like, robo-R&...
I don't know. The line between those genres is thin nowadays.
I know, but it's like he has... It's like he has hip-hop instrumentals, but he's doing more like the... kind of like a weird sort of, like... neo R&B crooner thing through auto.
I do credit him for having like an ability to actually make it so that like his ear for melodies comes through on certain songs of his, but the thing about it is that they have to be in a context where he sounds like he's actually enjoying himself while recording the song, because otherwise it's insufferable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna admit that, like, there are aspects to some of his songs, even his, like, really dreary songs. Like, I kind of like some of the stuff going on lyrically with Better Now.
Oh, I can't stand that song. That's like my least favorite Post Malone song.
Like,
I think, like, Psycho's okay. I think
Psycho is just, like...
maybe the nicest thing I can say about one of his songs. I don't know.
I don't know, it's like...
I like Sunflower because it's
Oh,
a
yeah,
Spider-Man
Sunflower.
song.
Sunflower's pretty good.
pleasant. Yeah, Sunflower's pleasant. Candy Paint is pleasant. I've never actually heard WoW, but I've heard it's pleasant.
Wait, that's the one you just said that you liked.
No, I didn't say that I liked it. I've heard that there are people who generally don't like Post Malone who are pretty okay with it.
Wait, what's the one you... Oh, you said you like Better Now. Okay.
I thought Better Now was, like, kind of had a few interesting lyrical
Yeah.
consistencies. I said that I found pleasant, and, geez, what was... now I'm forgetting it. Is, Sunflower is pleasant.
Yeah.
Like, I still, like, the lyrics to Sunflower are extremely, but, like, you know, it like, musically, it's actually probably the one I like.
We're going, like, actually quite significantly over time this one, but I want to...
I'm actually okay with that.
Yeah, like, I just want to finish this run, and then we'll finish things up.
But yeah, it's like, oh god, yeah.
So, as far as I'm concerned, I do appreciate Sunflower because it's the one that like it's associated with Spider-Verse, and Spider-Verse is one of my favorite movies. So yeah.
It is a
Such
lovely
good
movie.
film.
And then as far as the other ones go, WoW is okay because he actually sounds like he gives a shit.
That's always good.
Better Now, I think, is okay from a musical perspective, but like lyrically, I can't stand it. The other ones, nope, can't do it.
Yeah.
But
My... Nope. Joke's gone. Never mind.
What is the worst Post Malone? Well,
I don't know. I actually really don't like his breakout song, White Iverson, at all. But,
oh yeah, I've heard a White Iverson. That was not good.
I also really, like, as I said, I really don't like Better Now. Why did we actually start talking about Post Malone?
Because we were talking about things that the normal people like.
We did land on something that I have opinions on.
What about, like, Juice WRLD?
Ugh.
Oh god.
Yeah, same.
Let's actually not.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Let's not talk about like sad misogyny.
Incel-core.
I've heard enough. I've heard enough of my brother talking about how his heart got eaten out, or ripped out, as it were. I don't.
What does that mean?
It means his heart had oral sex, Jane.
That's gross. Some Ricardio shit.
Yes! Yes!
I'm going to steal Princess Bubblegum's heart.
What the fuck?
And
I just
make out
unlocked a
with it.
new item?
Good!
Did they? I guess there must have been a content update at some point, but I thought they were done with those until the final expansion comes out. I unlocked Lil Spewer, who is from one of Edmund McMillan's older games, also called Lil Spewer.
I feel like he's made a mission out of somehow making it so that this game has, like, elements of all of his other shit that he's ever made ever.
I think at this point it
In
does.
And actually making it into one cohesive whole.
What was I
I
gonna
mean,
say?
where better to make what better a piece to turn into your magnum opus than a video game that's a Smash TV clone about a child dying slowly inside a box.
Yeah, you know.
Indeed.
Alright, I'm gonna hit the final boss with this Chaos card, killing it in one hit. Boom.
Jesus.
I win.
Not bad.
I'm the victor.
It kept flashing.
Long
green.
show.
To the victor, reap the spoils.
Reap the spoils.
Brr.
Reap the spoils.
I'm feeling like
I'm feeling
just today.
a strong 5 to a light 6.
Fuck off.
Yikes.
Transition.
Okay.
Have you given this stream a list? You love it. You hate it.
Shredney, the stream's not even gonna let you do your fucking Fantano impersonation joke because you turned into a robot again right as you started doing it.
Hit the like if you like. Please subscribe and please don't cry. I guess just don't subscribe.
Also, actually,
unless you like this. Unless crying is a positive.
Please let me finish my thoughts. If you like the show and would like to support it financially, there are links in the description. We have a Patreon, etc., etc. There will be another stream on Saturday afternoon, starting at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be doing something. I'm not sure.
Something.
Not quite sure what yet. I don't know who's going to be there, because I have not gotten any responses yet. But somebody will be there. I'll be there at least. Anyway.
Yeah.
Something.
Like, yeah.
Something.
Also, I'm releasing a new album on Saturday, so look out for that, maybe, if you like music.
I know why the birdcage sings its wrapped its song around it.
I'm
What?
going to uninstall Streamlabs.
Become a hermit to escape me.
Going to walk into Lake Michigan and never come back out.
Unless you do as like a lich, just kill me.
I will return to my home in the sea.
Aren't you cold, Finn?
Oh no.
Goodbye, everybody.
I still need to finish Adventure Time. God damn it.
Goodbye, everyone.
Good
Bye.
night.